And I always tell my colleague brothers and sisters that they cannot threaten us. We are not going to be threatened. I'm speaking the words of the Commission, remain unshakable, untainted, with a thick skin, and very firm in our commitment to conduct the court of input to we've been receiving threats in this court. There have been instances we know names have been listed for execution, women's names have been listed for raping. We know of all of these issues. There were instances where the chair was in the hot seat. Somebody was saying, if we do not make the party to win, they will resort to the Sri Lanka scenario. I told the person we are ready. Gone are those days in this country when somebody points a gun at you, you give your back to go to the bushes. We are ready to face people now. I'm talking within the context of DCSL and a less Leone. Enough is enough in this country. You cannot grab power by force. If I not win, I for win. These are the slogans people are saying to us in our polls. So I just want to give assurance that as a commission, I happen to be the oversight for operations. So definitely, I will manage the operations of the elections internationally. And I want to assure this body that nobody is going to scare out. What is correct is what we are going to do for this nation. We are not serving any one political party. We are serving this country. And Mama Salome will serve. I wish all the 17 political parties were here to hear us. Talking about the musicians, who are NS Code and colleagues, some of them are on the pay list of politicians. They are groomed to sing against the presidency. That's our president, under whatever circumstance. But this thing has degenerated to the point that nobody is condemning, as we are all saying. Let us go beyond condemnation now. If you can recall before the August 10 scenario in this country, we were all here. And we gave intelligence that it was going to happen. So I'm throwing this challenge again to UNS Code and the security sector. You have to step up. Enough is enough. This lot of table meetings, let people see the action. People that really say you are action oriented. You are using the force required of you as a security sector. They have been testing the waters. I'll be always saying this in these meetings here. They are testing the waters. Any test, they move another level. They continue to move. They say, well, anyone will do better than when they do nothing. You stop them from singing, they are still singing. And there are the people are at the background. And let me also tell you about the hypocrisy of the international community. I have said there that that's in their faces when they came here. Some of you were there. The political party reps will attest to that. They are very hypocrites. They will go, they make all these niceties at the background, then you hear them saying something else. I can't imagine the EU ambassador telling us, when I went to the north, I saw a lot of crap. But when I went to the south, I didn't see much crap for registration. But I see their figures high. But he knows what the answer I gave him by then. So some of this hypocrisy around most of our national issues should be nipped in the bud. Let us not just sit down and say we are going to please the international community. Some of them have no good intentions for us for this country. They have their hidden agendas. Some of them are pushing for regime change. If you guys don't know, let me say it. I'm at TCS, we are the referees. But sometimes it's good for the referee to tell you what the facts are. Whether we have to give yellow cards, we show you. And people are also there to give you red cards. So that's just my humble submission. I just want to ask that the security sector, we are ready to conduct these elections. But we depend on you for our peace, stability, and security. We are not going to renege on our various processes. As I'm just coming from one of our COT meetings, we are going to issue cards, voter registration cards, to all registered voters between the period of the 17th to the 27th of March. And that is going to continue. Nobody is going to threaten us. We are going to have these elections in this country. Who that win, win. Who that lost, lost. We'll let the rest of the security. I thank you all.
All right. Let me thank you,
ECSL.
Famuluna kushe handuna aduo. We are don't come back today for can't talk about things where they happen. Now we on sweet yards alone. Now we own. Whoa, then we left for do them bad things. Then we they feel and boast alone. Now we own. Whoa, we had. And if we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, oh, we just want for make we had go before. If we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, oh, we just want to make we had go before. Greetings to we family members them inside this one big family house where we all sit down and decide for call. We had in collaboration with TVS Salon. Well, fumble them as we've been telling her. Some people feel say when they don't call the result, we had go sit down, not talk boku one again. Well, as things they go on right now, under again, Shembe Pierre Uncle for the second time na office. It look like say now we get plenty thing for come tell una. It look like say this particular power where Shembe Pierre Uncle decide for use Mohammed connectivity TV and game. He don't turn bona troto. In other words, it sound like this na bang bang power Shembepe or uncle don't take. But until now, we plenty inside this family house. Now that's more gist the number me get from now. Mina by Bure Kablai from the north.
United States government don't vex serious one for sake of the threatening way authority them inside the country, they threatening the life of election observer them inside the country. Case study, National Elections Watch. We can look at that particular issue there. GG's know well. Samuel Kamara have been done talk from the time where they use 60% of the partial votes, partial results. But most people don't know what they talk. A lot of people they still ask for let it come out and talk. So we're going to that day back and let you know what if you don't say, and that still remain in position as we talk so right now. And we as well get a lot of things there where we can look at inside the program today. We have to look at tweets again like always. And we don't begin see some people that don't they congratulate, caretaker bill. But some of the tweets that we will see, whether not make up tweets them on a real tweets, we can look inside them. We're not saying a fake, but we can look inside them. Good one. Well, my name is Sebepe, the freedom fighter. We as well get over the other part of the world.
Hello, good evening. This is now Alpha Kamara. We're there again for bring come to you the program for continuing election special. So no go no side, just stay with me because we get plenty more for discuss and analyze today. So any side you day, welcome to the program, welcome to the show, and I want to thank you for subscribing.
All right, thank you very much. That reminds me, as you come inside, please don't forget for like and share the program. It's very important to we. That's why I always give it a way. I like the program. That's all say people want to come back. I know say because of that I like and see. No, please like. It no matter whether you like the information where they get or not. And please let me make this very clear for you. This particular program we did for past information, not to waiting you want for your with the past. We dey pass the information and then we analyze them based on how we see them. So the information will bring come. Again for BC, come from SLPP. Again for BC, come from APC. The bottom line now information will bring come to you for let you know exactly what will happen. So please understand what we say. Certain people and they what for year but get for the counter wanted because the information and your analysis now very much important on that particular case or with the kind of people that would bring, especially in a net like this, where now we say they analyze things them
especially under your
my uncle. Yes, when I can't do so now.
You know really get good uncle.
No, I do so now.
Alpha. Alpha Shembepe na caretaker be your uncle. How you see that guy uncle then day with your brother? Because me man na the mommy say me into elite. Na the daddy say na they get caretaker be so me no belong.
Yeah, well, me now won't come on a bond district. You come in say a bond,
So you see,
bond
Alpha,
connection.
don't disappoint me, my
We
business.
are the Bontico family.
yeah. So it's something and we need for look certain thing there. Yeah.
No, complete as on 10 and they find for
No,
get bad people
no,
in the
not to
family.
me. No, not to me choose them. Not to me choose them. Now then choose me for cam, but still. And then choose follow we cam. But still, it look like say don't reach them one for the disown because it look like say no, it don't get win a heart. And interest still, if you don't pray to God, it's one thing. Let God give you leader. We get the country at heart.
Yeah, but you could get a contract.
But he get the country at heart. Now then they make power around and the people are voting. Anyway, so Najana just side as you know. No. I want to talk about something quickly, Alpha. I better I see this. This person with Amish conch. Okay, or conch. I don't know whether I don't know exactly. CONTCH. Yeah. He say last week he say the thing don't go. No, not to Amish. Sorry, not to Amish. Bravo team. Bravo say US already banned visa. No, US not banned visa. According to the post where we see from I call them Sierra Loaded, then say the US may ban. May no mean say they don't ban it. It means say maybe they think of farm, maybe they try to put things in place, but they not ban them yet. They not ban anything. They not reach to conclusion yet because as we did so right now, they still try for press on the authority for them to release the result by polling station. So they not reach to conclusion yet for say Paupa, this election they fraud them. No, they not reach yet. The only thing they say the election it lack transparency, it lack credibility and other things. Then so they not reach to that conclusion there yet. Let me make this very clear. Sierra Loaded when the online paper say they may, US may, yeah. In other words, like what you say, it look like say they go get for ban there, but they not ban there too. So please let me get that one day. Let me get that one day and let we move to that particular point there. It better we just get that. Thank you very much, Bravo, for you come up with that because we actually see yesterday. Interestingly, somebody called we, engage we on that. They say they don't ban anything. But it's good that you come up with some follow. We just try to make clear with it. We not to I verify. We verify. So well, maybe I not get that one day. How about that? You get any information? So they don't ban?
No, yeah, no. When Jeffrey been a post, remember that journalist been a post. He talk about the ramifications. We probably can involve sanctions or even ban or other things.
Yeah.
But as it stands right now, the US still they talk to the government and the ECS and say the election it lack transparency, and I want to make them correct some of the anomalies for make sure say the will of the voters is represented. Okay, so up to now, I didn't know more than they first. At that point, no more than all. And the counting still a go on, the tabulation still a go on because as you know, even the mayor. Well, now this again, I don't surprise me now. The mayor, don't say the Freetown mayor position. But one time myself for country vote then and Freetown. How many days now?
Wait before say the president or the caretaker position where now all over the country, then contact 4 days.
Yeah. So what the mayorship, tomorrow Friday, next tomorrow Saturday, not able to.
We be understand say for don't do today, so we be the wait what's interestingly happen because waiting we don't see gentle don't already enclose. And in people already don't celebrate, say that they can't go straight in. And we know how Italic is we are. If you see power people and say they can't go do this, they don't plan.
Wait, is there waiting gentle don't already the close?
In close way for where they go straight in.
They post on TikTok.
It did it.
So it get leakage.
Yes. What do you mean? Okay, if 4 hours before they announce the result, they don't go gather for celebrate Marabiu. Waiting if the gentle itself pulling close. But you see security forces them with gun and all thing. They don't touch gentle up. They don't dance with her. Wait again. Who's can up way pass down there? You feel say they go don't enter up then and pull their hand on that gentle for them.
And the close side are interesting. I'm going to picking.
Other special clothes where it actually go and go square in with, And interestingly, that is why we post yesterday. We post the mayoral standing as it is from the partial result where we gather. So the question is, Alpha, how on earth from IRN, not just take IRN for example, we know no sign where Madabio beat Samuel Kamara inside Freetown. Freetown rural, Freetown urban. We know here no side. Usai, not pull Samuel Kamara or Kashaw or Yvonne. Let me say, Usai SLPP beat APC. Then they get votes. Remember, I will not make this very clear. The mayoral position, not all 55% you need forget. Now, first pass the post.
Pass the post. Yes.
In other words, if all of the polling stations then, no sign of the way SLPP beats APC, who's kind of magic round they for lay SLPP get chairman na Western Rural District, then they get mayor na Freetown Urban, when na Freetown. How it possible? How practical you see that one day from the journalistic point of view, Alpha?
Well, now they go be like it go be like they don't set history because from most of we don't get sense where they don't begin vote. This if that day happen, this go be the first time where SLP don't beat APC than Freetown win the mayor position because we know say traditionally you get side away na opposition stronghold and side away na ruling party stronghold. For example, APC no one they beat SLPP in a Kenema City Council one day. You know, APC no one they beat Bo na Bo City Council for mayor one day. Okay, just like APC no one they beat SLP no one they beat APC for mayor position na Makeni one day, and same with Freetown. SLP no one they beat APC for mayor position on Freetown one, and like I said, the last election, now be Papa Ray when a Creole boy, you know, now then go, but still and beat a hands down.
And still in a Creole, they think say get Freetown.
Yes.
Yeah. And
mostly,
they, at some point, partially, Lamina Sanko, where we will say the Temne. Yeah. But historically, the Creole they take dominance of that because the Temne other people they don't go na the north, outside the north set to good one. Yeah. So let us say. It's not about the person, not about whether na Creole or whether na Temne. It's about the party. For now, APC don't take dominance inside the western area. You understand? By all indications from what we see so far. Taking into consideration the last battle of 110, when I be the historic battle landed, the most fierce battle landed. Taking into consideration the battle of the two sisters when I call this my god I forget we interviewed you man the other day oh my god Hyatt Ture and I think the other one have been so in sister and big sister Hyatt then SLPP and then his sister then APC in big sister beaten under APC, he go to parliament, he lose the waiting. So historically, we don't see, except for example, I call this man the other day, we win Tawa. So I don't know now what will be the fate of Tawa in this election.
Okay. First, I ask you, this data where we put so now outside this come on, now then other social media forum.
This na partial analysis. I make a talk at the partial analysis.
Okay, now from somebody else, not from the ECSL.
Not to ECSL, a partial analysis. Because we just try to make this lady wait Boston from the IRN where they come up with the way that this come up from the IRN where people they analyze and this one for clear not CSL and we know they announcing even a Kisoya don't lead or don't win. But bottom line is analysis where they bring come.
Thank you. If I ever make it clear, because people will run with and just not say, oh, then they go give people a fake analysis and stuff.
No, from yesterday stuff I don't make an answer.
Fine. So that clarity they're very fine. But definitely like the mayors, Mr. Sanogo expects say now 1 week ago so now the mayor, at least announce for the mayor position of Freetown no more if you want, you know. But for say run the panante today back London, you know. So we all want to see now the results for the mayor. So you don't see when the international community they continue for push, say let us be transparent and publish and everything. I think now all of the issues there because for now. Anything to be honest with you, right now, the integrity of the ECSL, they don't damage it. The international community and the local observers, they don't damage the integrity of the ECSL. So now they just need for revamp or try for like bring the integrity back.
And so this is something that's very important we need to talk about with this international community, but we left for second part. Because we get a lot of things then. Since we want to talk about the international community, we want to talk about local observer, we want to talk about ONS as well. So, but for now, let me go quickly and listen to the opposition leader where he make a statement the time when they release the partial results. Please, I repeat, the time when they repeat is 60% of the partial results. When before the pre-day, we just don't pass through. A lot of people that they still wondering about what it will say. So that is why we counter again and still say amen with this imposition as at now where we talk. So not so now we pull on, but it still maintain this imposition. So let me just listen and pick if we're okay with that, Alpha and by the way.
We move.
Fellow citizens, I greet you all in the name of God and wish all our Muslim compatriots a blessed day of Arafat and Eid Mubarak in advance. I would like to start by reaffirming the APC's total rejection of the skewed, manipulated, and unverified 60% partial elections results as announced by Mr. Mohamed Kone, Chief Electoral Commissioner. My fellow citizens, over the last 5 days, the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, ECSL, under the leadership of Mr. Mohamed Kone, has demonstrated a total lack of transparency and accountability in the critical stages of our electoral process. Of particular significance, Mr. Kone's handling of the tallying process flouts even the barest minimum of international best practice, dangerously undermining the peace and stability of our beloved nation. As we noted in our press releases of 26th of June 2023, condemning the skewed manner Mr. Kone presented the results of the so-called 60% polling stations tallied, the APC continues to reject Mr. Kone's lack of inclusivity, transparency, and accountability. We note the brave press statement by the National Elections Watch, NEW, and we commend them for putting nation first and for the outstanding work they have done, especially in these highly combustive elections. If anyone had any doubt about the many concerns we have been raising relating to the outcome of these elections, new statement should serve as an alternative, independent perspective on the veracity of the election's outcome, which we believe strongly favors the APC. Fellow Sierra Leoneans have endured untold suffering and injustice under this uncaring government. At the ballot box on June 24, majority of Sierra Leoneans have clearly demonstrated that they cannot endure 5 more years of intimidation, oppression, violence, and economic hardship. The APC stands solidly behind your vote for better lives, peace, and a united Sierra Leone. The APC leadership will stand by your strengths as you pressure for your voice to be heard and your votes to be counted in a transparent manner. In this regard, the APC counts on both local and international observers and the diplomatic missions to also stand by the majority voice. The current situation we are faced with in Sierra Leone is not just about the All People's Congress Party. It is not even about Sierra Leone per se. It is about democracy. Threats to democracy anywhere constitutes a threat to democracy everywhere. We thank you, our local and international partners, for the hard work you have put into this. But as you have witnessed, the core principles of civil and political liberties, particularly the right to choose political leaders, is being scuttled in Sierra Leone. This should not happen under your watch. The defense of democracy should go beyond the current endeavors in order to salvage these brazen attempts to topple democracy. I express my profound condolences to the families of all our compatriots whose lives have been taken and those who have been maimed in standing up in defense of democracy. You did not deserve this. I thank you all. Long live democracy. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara, leader and presidential candidate of the All People's Congress Party. Fellow citizens, I greet you all in the name of God.
All right, so that's not be Samura Kamara. We actually, being the make that statement today. As in the top
fellow citizens,
people in. So
I greet you all in the name of God.
And we talk to Salon people in Alpha.
Yes. Yeah, so then the opposition leader will be in the talk. After I don't release that 60%, maybe make this statement and he condemned the way how is this in fact in color skewed the way the ECSL corner they skewed the results. And this not been this 60% time now, like we the Dabaru Boku as far as in concern, and he make that statement there. And so almost from that end the opposition may not reject the polls. If the elections commission will be people that they listen, like maybe that's in the way they not release that 60%. Whether Maui talk to be tell and say this process is skewed, we need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe therefore be not listen, then we're not for the also the right now. So the international community they hit to left and right. Today I got 2 or 3 foreign colleagues there we called me and they ask, hey, what's the happen on our country? What's the way they go? So how this thing they go? What's the way they happen? So I think maybe that turning for be not be the best step for handle waiting right now also this. So after that 60% where the opposition leader talk say this and this and this. If not been people regularly they think and want let him go find it for we don't stop that level and say okay now what's now on our concerns? Now solve that before they move on. But it's like they're not concerned with that, then just say let them move on, they move on. Now look how they. So I think say that be a strong point because if I'm not saying I'm a key now stakeholder in the process, you know go do away with them just like that, or in party just like that. So it gets a stake in the process. So I think say now that point say now never be don't stop or put a hold on everything for make them get the right thing done. But now look society. So as it stands, I don't know what to go happen next, but we'll go deep on this for a long time. As far as I don't see, and some of you like I say, sometimes we use them to reach other side. It go tough small for long correct all of this issue because definitely the damage they don't do already and still they go far and wide. Yes, and prepare.
Okay, so waiting now we do quickly. I think that now somewhere in point in position. I'm not sure say getting a thing for say with regards in your position, but I want to show people something quickly based on what we talk. This one I think we can do it. We call we verify again on this particular information. Okay, Alpha. This one we see so they say Tuesday 27th and of June 2023 Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone. Yeah, they say summary of statement of the result of the presidential elections for the district western area urban. Okay, remember I said they don't pull the result by district, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, they don't pull them by district. So this is everything we see. We come up here. Log this quickly. As required by Section 92(1) of the Public Elections Act 2022, Act number 17 of 2022, are certified that the following is the number of votes cast in the western area urban districts for each candidate in the presidential election held on 24th June 2024. So I will just focus on 2 people, right? We're in a Mada Bill. Yeah, Bill Julius Mada, SLPP get 177,393 in the western area urban. When they say western area urban, then a Freetown City Council area. Okay, then we go down and get Kamara Samora Matthew Wilson get 290,723. Why we calculate this? Basically, now remember say the election right now, see this one. It's not easy. Let person vote for mayor, then you go vote for president on the side.
No.
You understand? It's not easy. We don't say it's not possible, we don't say it not they happen. Please when I get that. But it's not easy. The way how the election day, the campaign will be to go on now 4. Even when Mother be ultimate on stage, you tell them say, hey, vote for me, vote for Gento, vote for the councillor, vote for the MPM. So it's all about 4. Akiswaya and Samora, they tell you say vote for Samora, vote for Akiswaya, vote for the councillor and vote for the MP. So why will they come up with all of this? For let you know, say that information will be the Gijis no alpha.
Yeah.
For say even Akiswaya gets this projection, and then Gento get this projection. If the projection for Freetown are this, way not different from what we talk about, say just no way no day where SLPP get vote pass APC inside Freetown. So if this is not the presidential result, of course this could speak volume again to that of the mayoral result. Except if I won't go Alpha, what do you think rationally?
Well, yeah, you got a point. So as it stands right now, if President Bio don't win the election, so people in the project say likely then go give Gento.
Okay, I love the word then go give, not to win.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, because we don't see the election how it don't go already. So if the election don't go this way for president, it likely be say then go give back Gento. Okay. Which means, and that go like I said, it will be history in the making. Okay. Where SLP now and they beat APC in a Freetown for mayor position for all the contests that don't take place from Pakaba and Tente Kando. All right, this will be history in the making for say SLPP candidates beats the APC candidates na Freetown for mayoral position. So it will be history in the making. So now because just like the two need each other. You see the problem the way Akiswaya go through in the past 5 years, right? A lot of issues. Can go to court, say get issue, say he do this, say he buy something and not follow procurement, this, that. Can go to court.
Unnecessary things then.
Yeah, incitement for the protest. All of that against Akiswaya. So it go through a lot. So, and in reality, the government of the day, and then they control the resources. All right?
So even if you go out of the box and go find your resources, you get for come back to them.
Definitely, because you have to pass through the Ministry of Local Government. So at some point, if they see the Ministry of Local Government and they allocate resources, I think at some point where the mayor been raised some concerns about this during the first time, where you say some project then they even for letting approve, or something in the way they just need for access, the way they request even for budget. Once they don't make a budget, remember then the way even them people they strike, they want where they clear gutter, where they clean the streets, where they clear gutter for pay them. The government not agree release the money. You understand? So because the government not agree for release the money, protests been take place now. The one the way they clean say, oh, they're not paying them this and that. So the mayor been go out and say, well, all what me can do, I don't prepare what I need for prepare. I don't send them to the officials, the government officials. We need for do this, but I don't approve the money. So they do like forget about them. So all of that don't pet and say in first time London. So in reality, the ruling government will get an easy way for work if they get any mayor on a Freetown. So if they get them way, then go all the mayor and salon will be under their wing. So at the end of the day, then go say, now this to do, talk and do. So if they give mayor the city of Freetown.
And the truth of the matter is,
Gento.
If they give Gento, then go put all the resources possible for Gento.
Yes.
Just for let it get succeed. It no matter if they're not able to pay other side, but they will put up on Gento.
Yeah. Because the talk and do, like I say, it's convenient enough.
And the second part again, if mayor win again this election, they will do everything possible for making them tell people and say, we'll be telling us this woman of it.
Yes. So you don't see. So now I make, like I said, the easy way or the easy parts, like we'll get to young post in the mayor. So at the end of the day, we go able to work with them, at the same agenda and the same program. But if we can get again an APC mayor, we are in again for the they in line with they in another party. So the same issues like how we happen the first time will continue. Okay. So now I make right now the thing tough. How for come and how the public, how the Freetonians and get for accept whatever get for come out the results. Because we don't see the national elections. However, right now, the kind of tension we don't raise and even the international community, the condemnation. Pass would not get sense. Now I can tell people the way they support the system. You know, pass would not get sense. Some of we just be critical on issues, but I don't say this again for Betway and they go far for Betway. Everybody not like for you. And some people are not like for talking, but that's the reality. So pass would not get sense. Now you go say, oh, this. Of course, you know, go change nothing. President Leone will president for the next 5 years. That's the fact. All things being equal, right? But the implication of this, you know, it go far and wide. And the bottom line is Leonean citizens and therefore feel the pinch of it. Because at the end of the day, whatever decision, it get for retreat. So at the end of they say, but people are not aware of that. So now the mayorship, people go facing now, oh, sometimes when I don't hit it there, maybe we come at the mayorship business and go do the best thing or then go do the right thing. So now everybody they watch. When then I make the result for the mayor, you don't take for come on.
By the way, what do you think?
I think that the right thing Alpha talks so the delayance of this results all because then they can try for do waiting the okay for them. Me, I tell you from yesterday, see, I'm not get for be surprised if Kone come and announce gentle. You measure something as well, Jishno. Also, you see how many them is gentle up. That one they don't send a big message. Yeah. And again, before ever Kone come and talk to we, you know, news right now not the either. I do believe say Kone we don't make the communication and tell you may prepare as they can announce I'm jubilate and so I'm in. Before in they come sit down and talk to we. People don't get the information and come TikTok everywhere and talk them. It not happen? It happened. So now if SLPP supporters they tell you say the next mayor of Freetown is going to be gentle, dance, that one day you are not feel say anything they will get for surprise rather than foresee the same thing. The same thing, the one where it be said the one on wall, they look how it for come out. Kone get a bold mind. Right? It come and declare caretaker bill as the caretaker of the country. So what about the one way being just Freetown? You know, I not feel say he go care about credibility for the mayor results, whilst you know care about credibility. You say international observers and sit on Koro and they watch for security they do. You know care about credibility. I'm facing a pandemic, they care about incredibility. That's my opinion.
You know, as soon as they talk to me, but they catch cold. You know, I know they look at the results now. And they look at waiting at the thing we lie ahead of even Akisoya. You know, something and some people let me say if not be me, I just the pull on. I left the thing. You know, not to for win the election now not the thing. Now the door we be in between the government. Remember how this government don't set up Ministry of Western Area way for directly duplicate the job of the council. The government get Ministry of Local Government. When they supervise and instruct or command within the councils them for do, now then they share resources. The government as well directly they you can forget the SLI at some point even at so I don't explain also say money where they forgive them, then take and send them to SLI when even SLI at some point they say no to the job. So you get for see even devolve function. You know, sat inside in the way they're supposed to devolve. In other words, when they're supposed to give them that then job as the council, then they give them. So let's tell them this thing, and this is the danger we see.
So
Freetown City
that's
Council,
the point.
Freetown City Council, they share boundary with SLPP office now Wallace Johnson Street. If not to even that old administrative block there or office, they as well get this office, the new city hall where they don't build. Who said that they the mayor in office day. So what thing are they trying to talk about? As it is now, the SLPP soldier team under the tree, the palm tree, the this and that, they all are loose guard. The police, the soldier, they all are scapegoat. They not get no control. The government don't actually, under Julius Matter bill from where they announce, even before they announce, we don't see how they even threaten people and say they're not for them a certain area. Okay, let me say, because they don't want to make the international community look them bad way. Because what thing they try for do now, then once say, okay, gentle, do how the thing not this so, please, for now, pipe down. Let me give Yvonne. But that one day, we go deal with them.
Kill cow, you hold the rope.
You hold the hope. You dey give am the name, say na the mayor. All of the things that we going to happen now for give am better bad name. You do understand what I'm saying for saying?
Yeah.
So even if at some point, even if not out of administrative work, they would deal with them. Because imagine anti-corruption if they under they watch, even when the mayor go take money cam, the money transport will pay for go take the money cam, they say for pay and back. Can you imagine?
For pay.
Even when they know the game. So all of them things are there in an obstacle. You know, I love one thing about the mayor. I don't know who's kind of possibly got bill inside him. He's so much strong.
Too much.
He's so much strong. Even if at some point you will find out, say, he gets weak, you know, the ever show out. He gets strong, he gets strength, put that way then. He's strong. So, but again, physically, we go for the physical assault. Remember, say, even the minister at one point, or deputy minister at one point, point finger pan cleaning and tea. He nearly slap him.
Yeah.
He nearly slap him.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
what did this mean? What did I try for see? And when me body, the shake permeates at the talk so. Lay them voice them one, they didn't woman on the condom, they go jam am. Even when no one talk, they turn back, they go get a boku slap.
So maybe I'm not caught you before you continue. They get a mind.
They get
and the confidence for do am.
They get am.
Because they know say they do am, nothing not they
Not
come
they
up behind that,
commodity.
then they compensate them back.
Even if you team up video them, then send her out, nothing not the commodity.
No, but then when they go out,
They will tell you say, you see that that video they will see, we not able for verify them.
No.
Now they get different way. You see that we not see the video. If they say now, they say okay, we not able for verify this video. Or they tell you say this not just some APC people that we dress in SLPP clothes and then go do this thing for the Gili SLPP bad name or for Gili government bad name. So all of them things there now possible things then where we dey see. You know, if even they Gili mayor, they will just tell Jen to say pipe down away. Then we do something so much that even okay, let's tell you one thing what they do. You find out say during this election, and this is another thing where the mayor for watch him back for. Even APC people then, APC cancel on them during this election when the mayor they won. It's what they come out and do. They can't sabotage the mayor. Tell the mayor say how he sideline them, he terminate them. You know, then the country people them how he go take your own brother when I create say that the normal for the day. We went at the council on the way this don't staff now. Those say he left and he say no, he not the work able work with APC people when I cancel. So waiting at the time for talk. And this I will make reference again to what happened Alpha na Kono against Emasi Lamina. What did the last government been do? They work out the council on them, then they impeach Emasi Lamina. You do understand?
Yeah.
So nothing all day when this government not will do possible. They're able for worker again. The council on them, even when an APC cancel on them, they go work at them back for do the same thing to mail. Adjust it, see waiting at the CO. I might be wrong, but while waiting, me brain they tell me right now, now in the common and me more so. Arrest me carefully now.
So that's it. And now you don't see how Connor, the projection on the goes in a Connor. You know how Connor business, you know, that plumber where you come out there, you know, them man say, oh, where some Sumana say this, that, they go back to APC, then go inside and people are there, then come, then say, oh, no, they agree for some Sumana, where you don't go, so who they go, so now they make sure they, you know, the man in this go to them scatter that entire, what's that some Sumana that party name?
C4C.
C4C. So now, most of the C4C people, they see even when they say Samsumana, and they say, no, then they go with Samsumana, then they're on their own. All right. So most of them go back to the SLP alliance to the SLP. So now, then come now, then give them resources for campaign under the banner of the SLP. So probably, if they say and they win corner, of course, you know, that will be say that the handiwork. So now the same thing I ain't going to say now free talk. But even that is not good for democracy. Democracy for allow everybody for contest fairly. You know, I make like abroad countries and or developed countries. You know, and they left room for everybody for come in and feel, you know, the void and express himself. You know, if we express himself, if we're able to know, wait if we're able to know. If we're able, you know, go in the race, you know, fairly and contest fairly, because at the end of the day, a government no go succeed without an active opposition. But if we not always they try for muzzle the opposition, for try for, you know, 3 foot them, for try for do them things so it no matter, or for try for like make like they don't exist. You know, they're not fine. We need the opposition. So I think say now that same thing they happen on at the free talk. So now all I know they don't do. I'm a strong woman. Akisoya is a strong woman. And one thing about me, I always elect for promote women in leadership in me your way. Whatever we were able to do. Now make it not easy. Like see me that they go at woman. Whether in me writing on me publications or in social media, anything what they do, easy. Like see me, I go at woman. Like really, really go at woman on social media or any work or communication what they do. I don't like that. But Akisoya, yeah, it go through a lot. I'm a strong woman. So now if the ruling government succeed, forget President Julius Malema.
Somebody when Numa Pompey say this it's an electoral coup.
He said this and waiting?
Electoral coup.
so there's an make coup by the people that vote.
Yes. Legal electoral legal coup.
Yes. Today, I've been before I make my point, I just remember family so we live on Weird, on YouTube and Facebook and TV Salon on Weird, TV Salon on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe to channel and all continue. But I make this point, and the person make a very important point. Where I listen I reflect them in different ways. He said one, they may the force people to go vote. Everybody be the campaign. When I go vote, when I not sit on our house. You vote means a lot. You vote matter. He said then campaign all can wait for let people and go vote. Then people and turn out massively for go vote. Now when the people don't vote, that vote when they go vote, I don't thief them back in the hand. That is one. He said, what's that they mean for the next election? For go can people and back say for go vote. Some people will say, but that last time I saw go vote. Now then take the election at one. That is one. Then the other point where he said that 120 police stations where they cancel. He said they don't know. If we say go vote, then cancel they. Because the election commission, they're not talking decided where they cancel. They say in the way they don't let them publish that list. If he who say he votes, he and his family who say they vote, they cancel they. The next election, they don't count about. Because it spent like 5 to 6 hours for let it grab early, take transport, go to map the line, you suffer, and people and then go vote over 5 to 6 hours and then take notes go to their house. It says so when the elections officials then therefore publish the list of decided where they say then it's and he says saying vote, he said feds not been there. Say no feds not been there. The line belong more people and they shout say we want vote, we want vote. He said but feds not there. He said but if you see say the station they then cancel, now that station they also in votes. Then cancel it. He said, which means that in 6 hours we spend and the money we spend. He said, all no matter. He said, so the next election, the person will convince her now say go vote. He said, go wait for see and they will need like serious convincing reason. And that person they make a very good point. On them two issues and this now somebody will not go to school. But when I listened to them point and I was like, this person they make a point. Everybody be the campaign person say, all man go vote. Come on, go vote. You vote like choice. You vote like this.
You vote like right. You vote like right.
Yeah, like right. So people that don't come on and don't go vote. Not they vote, then it don't come out the way international community self say, not to the will of the people. Then now they say they cancel 120 polling stations. And that person they get a point. If now you go vote that kind of vote, they say they don't cancel you station away vote, then cancel play. What you go feel?
Alpha, something the way we need for taking into serious consideration. And this government here, they need to change. Sorry that I say this. You know why I say this? This government still live on Tonagi. I listen carefully to the Deputy Minister of Justice this morning, where the reference we still to Kailan. Say the last government they do this. Christian Atop do this. This do this. This do this. So like every day, this government don't get anything whether they think of pass for Tonagi revenge. But how hard now you didn't have power, you revenge, no more revenge. Oh my God, that is why if you see them people, they support them, totally they go on, they do certain things, they are not good out to. It then like blood of Marabio and in one old cabinet. The minister of Deputy Minister of Justice, I need to talk about time so this morning.
Yeah. You see? So you
now
see,
they decide to tell we say, even in 2012, Naswan is like Umadu, where they beat Marabio landslide victim. So this term na the term. All term about this government is about we. My term, na me term. You understand? So it's sad for the country. How we go waiting. But unfortunately, I see some people and they say we're very much unpatriotic. So I love you all.
So,
love you now.
Yeah, that are the points. So now, and Freetown need for develop. Look, the cities they're already across. We city now one of the most. The city be small. They find for develop. If we get serious government and serious, thoughts, we're in people and able. But look with city. They compare with city with Conakry. No, you don't compare. Even Liberia is more when it comes to how they organize their city. It's more organized past we own. Maybe they talk at some boy. I remember say maybe streets like Kisi Road or even I don't call it a street over Fobe Road. Now streets the way need for pay people off, then broke some of them host and they and just add the streets then. So the place go open up and get more more sober planning.
Today again for the system thing we just attract not all comments.
Go ahead.
This person when Abdul Sise he say you all know it's not a body entity for the sake of wait you put under way they steal people know that entity. Yeah, you all know that there.
Yeah.
So no, you say thief lily body. I will put on body. What not to that anyway. He say thief lily body, mobile data, thief EDSA, top up, thief money, thief gold, thief power.
And a TT.
Yes. So anyway, I'll just find out it. But we talk about something just now. As we don't talk about, we just done with Samuel Kamareti. Now look at the recent interview today with Honorable Abdul Kagbo on 98.1. Maybe we want to play that one day, but before that, I will take the shots quick. We'll come back to just now.
Why you make me smile for me?
That's not the wrong one, so we move. And I think I will go and bring the interview with Abdul Kagbo first, then we will come back later. I'll just see. Our Putan. God, oh my God. Okay. So the program that we had on YouTube and on Facebook, yes, there you go. I got it. Okay, so let me just go quick and watch this interview. Not to watch. Listen this interview where Abdul Kagbo do it 98.1 on this same position as we talk about the electoral. We'll come back just now.
How for bring salon people together for ensure say developments continue now the country. We go on the phone now for hearing from the All People's Congress APC party as themselves now one panel people will contest the elections. And on the line now we get Honorable Abdul Kagbo now the All People.
Okay, so now we want to before this become on fine one. At some points the volume they fluctuate. We actually don't work on this volume. Serious one. We make for now. You wait for a year. You waiting Abdul Kagbo they say. But interestingly, this morning we a been there on 98.1. A been there to I don't want to say 0. A been there to 1 or 2 the level. So we don't try for boost them up small. So again for the come out some noise and other things then. But we don't try for lay you here and so at some point if they go down, you say follow attack, increase the volume of your set, yeah. Because something the way we feel say you need for you. We come back just now.
People's Congress APC party. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, 98. Good morning, Mifambula.
So today at the program, we look at waiting at the way forward now for ensure say we bring Salon people together as a nation and for let developments go progress. From the All People's Congress APC party, firstly, let listeners them just know waiting on the happen at the party since the announcement of the June 24 presidential elections results. Waiting on the happen on a party.
Well, of course, on our earlier the statement made by we leader and flag bearer, Dr. Samuel Kamara, we clearly discredit the process because of lack of transparency in the Tally Center. And this shroud also with so many anomalies the way he states now in statements, the way he addressed the nation immediately after the 60% of the results was announced. So as a party, we similarly concerned because we don't want any other government or any other commission for announced results and go about them the way this happened. I take the greatest exception to my own brother and my dictator, Napoleon, where he said this election not different from other elections. There is a great difference between this election and other elections them where we don't own Nasalon. Firstly, Meaning they represent the party, na the Tale Center, na the Northwest. And Tale Center, na they collate all the results then from the field, where they carry the RR from them.
How for bring Salon people together for ensure say developments continue. Now the country will go on the phone now for hearing from the All People's Congress APC party as themselves now one panel people will contest the election.
The Tale Center. And this shroud also with so many anomalies them way he states now in statements, the way he addressed the nation immediately after the 60% of the results was announced. So as a party, we similarly concerned because we don't want any other government or any other commission for announced results and go about them the way this happened. I take the greatest exception to my own brother and my dictator, Napoleon, where he said this election not different from other elections. There is a great difference between this election and other elections them where we don't hold na Salon. Firstly, meaning they represent the party, na the Tale Center, na the Northwest. And Tale Center, na they collate all the results them from the field, where they carry the RR from them. Now from the Tale Center, then they display waiting and carry it. Like for example, if they carry it center 001, then go tell una say this na center 001, na APC get 50, SLPP get 30, and NG she get this, and then display on the screen so that una the cross check them with the RR form the una self get for know whether waiting and the put na in we self get na the field. Now that make them they give a copy of the RR form. But waiting happen at the Tale Center, now that they not show nobody the RR form. And then nobody not see who side and the input the figures. So you don't know if waiting then get, now in you self get. When they input the figure, then do it in secrecy. They don't let nobody see it. You know, and basically, you not go able to confirm as to whether they're waiting in the input and you get now your RR form. We're very, very much unusual. And then the assure we say, after they don't input 100%, and we'll give them for law we verify whether waiting them don't input, now we get now your system. Now we say, okay, well and good. So we let them the input. So we surprised with the inside the Tale Center, we ECSL announced 50% of the 60% of the results. And that's a interesting for that 60% announcement. At the time when they announced 60% of centers, Cambia, 60% of Cambia, now over 300 stations. They announced that over 300 stations, now the result. When at the Tale Center, we not be even get Cambia result date. We not be even get Cambia result date. Cambia result was still in the field. They not carried it now the Tale Center. At the time where they collect the results where they announce so. So we asked them who side them pull results. We asked the returning officer for the region. We asked the returning officer for the district. They all two confirmed to we say they not send no results na ECSL. They say because the results were uncertified. And one thing again, subsection 1 and 2 of section 92, now the Public Elections Act, where Parliament just do, clearly states say all results for be certified at the district level. And how then they certify results? After they don't get the result, then they give APC, SLPP, the only party that we contest. They say, "Una satisfied with this result." Only party then for append and signature say yes, we satisfy with this result. Before the returning officer, they sign the result and send them to ECSL. But you know they announce uncertified results. So all waiting we do now the Tale Center clearly shows say the results when they announce will be certified. Because we don't know what's in the input. We don't know how the inputs are.
So Honorable Cabo. Yes. Honorable. So with all them concerning how they raise surrounding the process where the ECSL use, Similar concerns don't they come from other people who observe the elections. But also, even before the announcement of the first 60% of the results, the PPRC, when the regulatory body for the political party them and other people don't they call on anybody where dissatisfied with how the process go and the final announcements and all of that for use the legal means and go through the court. So the All People's Congress, with all in concerns here we una get, waiting on a plan for secret guess.
Of course, the All People's Congress believe in the rule of law. We believe this alone na a country we governed by law, and we intend to seek legal means. But meanwhile, this will set a very bad precedent for any other president we go for camp, or for any other elections body we will get for them. All we they ask for na transparency, free and fair elections. And I believe that they good for the country when a salon. Imagine we get any other elections commission where they decide for enter results where una no they see, una no know, they no go account to una. What if APC get 15 out on side and then go enter 20 or then go enter 10? Because we not ever see within the enter. We not ever see. And some of the results that we then call, we know me not even tally the hit na the tally center. They not even come na the tally center. And result not they jump the tally center for go to ECSL head office without it being certified at the tally center, the district tally center. So the district not get results it, but then result then they inclusive na the 60% with ECSL announced. So this not concern for we as a country, this not concern for everybody, even the international partners, them don't raise concern on this. We know they ask for much. We just ask for transparency and we ask for accountability. We want a level playing field. We want free and fair elections.
So as you don't make mention, you don't make and clear, so now go through the legal means for secret guess. Right now, the country people on the talk for bring people together in as much as they do on a paper works them for seek legal means for let get it guess.
Well, today that'll be an interview with 19.1 this morning with one of the opposition MP, them Abu Kabo, on the same issue of election. So it's very important. First, last say I get high respect for 98.1 and my colleague, sister and friend, Asma James, where they don't do a lot with 98.1. Congratulations. And then they try a lot do a lot actually compared to Bokora media houses. Maybe they cover the election. 98.1 try. Then there are a lot of debate, panel discussions, and everything. Okay. Having said that, I give them credits, give them flowers. Make I go to the other side. This interview, the one that we're doing this morning, including the producer and even the technician, they want to tell me, say, they'll not be the reader crack line where, that man, they make some very important points at this time of the country in history, and the line not being clear at all. Was it a deliberate attempt? Because, for example, when they produce programs, you have a producer, you have the technician, where even they see where the levels they go up, the level, the sound level, they go up and down for no say this sound is clear or not. The producer, they monitor, you get a monitor set where they listen to the radio for letting know. So this particular one, this interview this morning, the producers and whoever are the producer and the presenters, then get it wrong. This is a very important time in the history of the country, and you been get the ruling SLPP party secretary general at the office, then you put the APC person on the line. The line is cracking. It is against even the Independent Media Commission code of practice, where they talk about equal time, space, and even right to reply. All right, equal time and equal space. If you call this person, you don't have studio for come make your own point. If I call another person, can have the studio. But say,
Alpha, I think it's not bad if they get another line. Waiting bad, like quality, where it's like the person not come in the interview. You just
now they one connect. Now they one connect. If law say you invite and the person say no, put me on the line. Go put on a cracky line. If that man be no saying they go out, not for being continuing for talk. Because at the end of the day, like 10 to 15 minutes of always he talk at that interview, they not even go out. So now they say the producer and the presenter of that particular program this morning, they really need for work on them production techniques. And for make sure say when a sensitive topic like this, you don't get the other person at the studio and they talk about peace building, putting the countries together. That man they making points. Most of them not go out. because the line not been clean and clear. It's most of what you talk about people here. Even we now see where they struggle for they even get it in volume. So the producer for the program for people don't pick up, or even the engineer, you know, where they sit down behind the machine, they see the levels when they go up and down, or somebody where they monitor, but the man talk about 10 to 15 minutes, you not go out at all. So I think now they not to even they don't do justice to the topic as far as the man is concerned. They make some very good points at this time of history. So I think that's the point. Then try, like I said, they don't do well in the elections or cover the elections, but this particular one this morning, at this particular time, where that man talk over 10 minutes, nothing will go out. The man just wasting time. If that man knows they always they talk, they go out, not for continue the discussion. You know. So I think say maybe then adjust something, maybe then never will come, because in production, the IMC Code of Practice talk about equal time, equal space, and even the kind of rights and the opportunity where this man say forget it. That man may be on the line. He can able to stop and say, oh, honorable, we know they get too clear, somebody been a monitor or whatever. Now Lord fix the line and call you back. Or hold on, Lord just fix this issue. It continue. But the man talk 10, 15 minutes. Nobody know able to pick out the production team. We produce this morning program. You know,
I'm pretty sure the presenter not pick them up. Waiting I feel say happen. Not to the phone, the problem come out.
Yeah.
Now the connection, the problem be. Because if you watch, when the presenter they say something, it's very clear. But when the line they come inside, they go up and down. Okay. Like you get close ties with them. So me work with 98.1 for years. Reporter, presenter, producer. So I know like the in and out of that particular institution there. You know, and that's what I'm not capable of doing and not capable of doing. You know, so like I can tell certain people and say something and they some what then the way people and they say against that institution and not can call for because we don't know waiting exactly. I know exactly what they happen inside and I get certain people and they in that particular institution they not look by name, look by waiting the person they do. I'll tell you for real, I'll say you get people who are really upright to that side. Now like everywhere you get to that not upright as well. And if the one them we not upright, now they get the power, then a problem. You know exactly what Electoral for talk about. So I can sit down at this particular pattern because one or two other times the way the one the way the view is right now don't praise 98.1, they report they present at them. Because of one or two other reason them. But again, when I don't cry the door, it's normal. We say self waiting I yourself. So the praise you at some point, or the cry we don't at some point. It's normal. But let's tell you something. I always get certain people in the way I can always say this, then they do extremely well. They present at them. They get 3 presenters them where they can use. Then presenter then I will tell you say then they try. The Mabel, and then Mabel Kaba. I see the other day some people and they, sometimes and they fail to understand issues before everyone come and do a conclusion. Mabel Kaba do extremely well. Not look at my name. They do extremely well. Mabel Kaba na the person we interview Madabio. Now the person we interview that deputy minister that time, but that finance business we tell we say they get 2 salary. We are all glad for because it press them to the best of your ability. Sometimes in journalism or in presentation you get ups, you get down. You get the highs, you get the lows. In normal, na mortal man. You get Khadija Bangura. Of course, it do extremely well as well. You get Musa, where they do extremely well. Well, interestingly, I saw you, but I didn't think they also I will pick. Say that they do extremely well. Na my station. Anyhow we be. Elect the one for associate me with that station, they mean I'm station. I work there years. You understand? And when I listen to them like every day, I know exactly what I see. I started listening to the city station. I not even see inside, but I know what they happen behind the scene.
So for me, I make I say, I know they blame the presenter because probably when they're at the studio, they even know yourself how the thing they go out. But like the producer of the program or even the engineer, where in at the other side, they monitor. They wait till they go out and wait till they come out in. They able to monitor the program throughout.
So but wait, Alpha, look at this thing. If you're not the engineer, they control the sound. If you want to make objection, then you get producer, for example, where they tell you, but say Timothy now. But wait, because I will tell you for real, that is the attitude of some producer. In as much as you want to make some point themselves, they will tell you, say, no, blow. You understand? So understand what the time for sale.
I get your point. Good. You work them, okay. But the only thing like, don't say.
I know they only talk about 98.2, they talk about journalism generally. In fact, the practice of journalism inside we country.
Okay, I got you. You make a point. So for me, they really do well for cover this election pass. But media houses in another country, 98.1 do a lot, for put out and share a whole lot of
he say we Lady James. Alpha, we don't talk about Lady James.
Yeah, not the boss, not the.
Wait. Alpha, wait. Now, in the boss.
Yes.
By position.
Yes.
Waiting again.
So now everything, if the institution they do well, it go in the name.
If they do bad,
it go in the name as well.
Yeah, you sure?
All right. So if we praise the institution, say the institution they do very well, or they do very well as compared to other media houses, for cover the process throughout, it get a good name.
Okay.
All right.
But wait. So individually, you get for praise certain people. I'll tell you for you, even when we studio house, they will tell you say, but where they do well past MVP. But we had to do well.
Yeah.
We had to do well, but by where they do well past MVP.
Yes.
You know, because sometimes they, I get something where they guide me aid.
Yes.
In other words, sorry, but time for understand something. Waiting at the time for everybody understand. Bible here, now it speak the mind of the ordinary people. May they speak the mind of the people, but I get certain things then the way I not go talk.
Yes.
Because I want for be guided. And not for create. Exactly. I not go talk certain things then we go create fire.
Yeah.
You understand? Because in as much as I don't tell people and say me not to journalists right now. I don't tell people that day, but still I get this thing behind me where be always on the guide me, where they continue for guide me. Now the reason this will make we don't exist for 3 years, somebody will tell you say they do well, but you know wherever they tell you say now they don't create this problem.
No.
Yeah.
And we don't move from this point where we get 1 subscriber and now they talk about how much? Almost subscriber? 80 some last the subscriber better I talk about self. Instead go high today. Go high. We don't talk about 80 something. Yeah. If we not be in the time for put up some things that let's tell you something. Some people like can call and say, hey, we don't like the way you do this. Now this way, can I tell you this is why I tell you say we there for pass the information to you. We dey listen to people and views and opinion. But honestly, not to all things we dey take from people. Because that moment, that way how you dey. If you want we talk that way, then no problem.
Yeah.
And when problem they come tomorrow, not to una then they go to. Now we then they come to. And one thing I want to make people know. As they talk about all the observers there, are they be boastful of this? Even the EU waiting observer in European Union observation mission, yeah, they follow and watch what some of we they do.
Yes,
not because they assume, because of email where we exchange.
Yeah,
of course.
You understand? We exchange email and they know about what we they do.
Yeah.
So we therefore be very careful. Not that we know they talk the truth. We dey talk the truth, we need for nobody, we need for nothing.
That's what they point.
But that's true when they count fire inside the country, we know they talk out.
Of course, that's what it will be.
Because anyhow it be. Not only the politicians they get for suffer tomorrow. Now we young people they get for suffer.
Yeah.
When we take for example Rwanda, the person wey create problem, a journalist.
Yes.
Who are the journalists there today?
They na prison.
Fine.
Yes.
The one that will be the support them. We be glad for them. Who say then they free right now.
And they're free.
Yes. And then the one they be glad with what they talk. And then that be the follow the crowd.
Yeah.
So we as well want for guide you with the watch we say, please. Now I make something the way you want for talk something say, hey the made them, hey the team I say no. This is not to the team. Please not talk about tribe now.
Of course.
Because we are afraid.
You know, and of course, we all guided by the ethics. You know, now I make we as media people, now I make like a me as we person that has most not sabi. Or if not my opinion, I tell you not my opinion. But I'm not gonna even tell you things, say, oh, go do this, go do that. From where this thing people are still blast me even now. And they say, I not say we president. Not so them president. But now president now, that's what I mean. You know, so back to the issue, all credit to 19.1. They really try really hard to cover the elections. Danny this morning, I don't know why you get lazy producer or lazy technician where things they go, or you not just care, say this they go on, it just not, or maybe instead happy if they celebrate a corner, you know, then can't say or something. But definitely that line this morning, and it's not just 1 minute, if not just 1 or 2 minutes, I understand. Yeah. But the thing go take to then 10 or more minutes.
For the rest of the interview. Now only the first seconds of the interview ain't clear. The introduction.
Exactly.
So and nobody know people they think like for say now deliberate act.
Yeah.
All right,
so nobody not even monitor.
Alpha just all una dey quick. I'm very sorry today. The server is dead down. I know they feel right. So family members them are on the phone at any time from now.
Okay, no problem. We wish you well. And you know one thing? No, listen.
Maybe what I will talk about. Not before camera, buddy.
No. I want to say something very important first. You know, one thing about Salon, we know the praise we warriors. Bible and our warrior were very great. You know, one time we know there some intellectual discussion what challenge the music video and they say Bible was a warrior, he fought against the British make him surrender, he say Kotomarimu. That music, it demoralized Bible. You know, Bible and be a strong man, you know, he do a lot of things. He fight against the British for the hot tax war. So when they go make the music, they make like say the man surrender, not to be powerful man. So now Lord changed the narrative about talking about our heroes. So Bible and a hero. You name Bible once a hero is always a hero. If the man say feel down today, you don't fight a lot of battles. So
what I thank you. I'll be waiting for ending now because you're not to guarantee you.
Let him man go rest. He'll go and come back another day, recharge and ready for move on. So thank you. Go rest. Today not to the end of the world. More days than day.
Thank you, brother.
Advocates
thank you.
On Sierra Leone. All right. But definitely, I think say the point has been made. And if they watch we live on TV Salon and we had, you know, oh, they said they're not hearing me. Someone say they're not hearing me.
I wonder why. Maybe it's in volume up.
Yeah, okay.
Because you can, you can blast him.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, so now that and for move on, I think say first lad say Fambule say we'll be live on Weird and TV Salon live, and this now for continuation. We're going to talk about the election. Say this now 1 month now we set out for continue for analyze the elections. You know, okay, I don't know. It's not there. Me the technician said they raise them up. Say you're not there. Me I don't know if you want to mute anything over and on me own side I look okay. So I don't know. You know,
you're really fine from here. We may say you go out. So hold on.
Okay.
It might be something from who said that you actually don't hear you.
No, the technician give me feedback.
It's very clear. I don't know. Well, love get feedback from people. Like, you know, the alpha.
Well, at the area on Weird, I think I hear him. So I don't know if.
Yes, I don't know waiting at the problem.
You know, but the technician answer me that feedback. I just to say at the area I'm what I put on the other channel like you know probably. Now something maybe you go work on. But yeah, somebody now in the comments say they hear me. So I think say okay. So maybe in the other channel on TV Salon, but the technician will set to that. But the point is Fam will not forget say the watch we live on TV Salon and Weird, and we'll continue for give you you know more programs and you know we continue for you know try for analyze the situation of the elections and make sure so you know miss nothing based on what you attended. So stay with TV Salon and continue for Trust We say and also we ask continue for Trust We. So they give you a lot of good information and they continue for analyze the elections. Like I say, a lot of things don't happen you know in Salon. The election done. President Julius Maada Bio, they don't swear for his second term, and of course now the president of Salon, whatever happened, all right, now the president of Salon, whatever the international community talk, you know, then we talk him, but now the president of Salon and he continue for be the president of Salon, all right. The only thing we're going for live with, the consequences, or don't they see the kind of blasting, you know, the international community will blast free, and I think it's just time for make we come together and brace up. The president and the government for able to do what they for you know try for settle some of the issues them and try for make sure we all move. But what for brace up for face the challenges and the bombard and the heat so the international community they continue for heat we. But we as Sierra Leoneans we strong, we get for move on. But in as much as they move on, we get for tell una also because if I una know. Because at the end of the day when you know, you know. You're not fine for tell people no more Kara stamp the truth and go before. But if I not tell and let them know. So now what they do.
So I just continue for tell me say I'm going to be diplomatic with it. But the truth of the matter is, you know, you get forget, you know, if we lose guard, honestly, let's be honest with yourself. If we lose guard right now, a problem.
Yeah.
If not lie, allow me for say one word quick, please, waiting to happen to man.
No, see her. No see her again. Just not see her. Because at the end of the day, okay, let's say fan bullet. We were to study journalism and communication, and they say the word and call it like a bullet, the magic bullet theory. As you release the word, so
they come back.
As a sentence, so you don't go.
If
so
not lie,
think,
if sorry, I not cut you. But if not lie, watch. Just know you already watch me. Do I'm sorry I had to use this word. Sorry, but I for use I know see something because now some people value. A lot of we value we outside, we inner part of our body. You know, the thing that we they under we close them. If not lie, take a video of yourself or photo of yourself, send her out. Then you delete her quick on social media. Let you see if you able to delete her. The minute they go out, they don't screenshot them and they go laugh. You know they will take her again.
Of course. Somebody they say, I must matter be don't pay me for promoter. What your promoter? I said no, that was president.
So for column president. Okay, so if that be the case, okay, let's say one thing. How we do it now? Sorry, I want for repeat this thing. We still we could say caretaker because anyhow it be whether they congratulate her, they not congratulate her. Now that kind of system where you don't powerfully take her. And if you don't powerfully take her, whether you recommend her or you don't recommend her, right now as it is now 90% of documents there.
Yes.
Illegal or illegally, 90% with documents them. So let me know that day. We still fight the battle for say the election was rigged.
Yes.
We still fight the battle for say ECSL did everything wrong.
Yes.
We still fight the battle for let we tell people and say then thief una vote. But as it is now, powerfully the election has been stolen. Powerfully they don't swear in caretaker. Powerfully, they don't swear in deputy caretaker today. Powerfully, they want to get mayor again, a free to win a gentle. So you see, and interestingly, a lot of people they call for sanction. Sanction good for any country because it make the president or the caretaker no say something wrong will happen. But and not get anything fulfilled. If not the last money in the coffer, it be eaten. Why young people they suffer? A lot of people will say, a lot of people they suffer because now they all cause them. I tell you instead, that's why I take my time for analyze say partially they contribute, but sometimes they vote massively against from what we see. They contribute because of the angry. Sometimes they let's talk to my family members then. Sometimes we can see people in denial. Just one word when they talk, we do not say this person they need help. They know they ask you for help. Some man is shame, but he need help. You not don't support people in this platform. For give them food, for give them lunch, for give them transport, for give them school fee, for a lot of things then. So if person can with 10,000 or 20,000 with one polo, it take And interestingly, Pauper gets the technique. Once you take the polo, then you didn't have a group who say the leader will give you money. They want for see you. If they not see you, they go beat you the babu. So with people they don't make mistake for go dance, but they don't vote. So that dance when they go dance, that's the problem there. But now we standing. For we people them bad bush no dey for trouble picking. Today you go vex by them. But I will tell you from my heart, say from waiting me see, from waiting I hear, the people vote massively against Mother Bill. It means say they really vex. But the one we get. For me, I consider him for being a dictator.
Okay. So that are your point. And you get right to that. You get right to your point and your opinion as a Sierra Leonean. And everybody get away with it, feel differently. All right. On my own part, why they say now we president, they don't swear and at the president, you get for be president for the next 5 years, all things being equal. The only thing, even when people they say, oh, let them sanction the country. No. Not so the right way. When they sanction the country, now we all go feel them. Now we, the ordinary people, now we all go feel them. You know. So at the end of the day, we could talk about say people and they continue to ask questions about what's happened, we're not right. But for saying and sanction the country, no. And even the international community not go talk about that, say and sanctions. No, they cannot do that. Then go just look at certain people and individuals, we get and for tip the people in election. And say this. America, for example, they know they say they. When I wait how this thing, look what happened in Nigeria. As Nigeria election done, when I say this election, wait it. You not just an pull list. Say all the one that we get and for thief the people in election in Nigeria, the one that we put violence, the one that we make and say that one they all would give them sanction and their family then. Okay. So not surprised if you expect something like that in the coming months. on Sierra Leone, say anybody or institution or organization will participate for till the people in election, for till the people in will, for change a lot of things, like how the international communities, they all don't talk and so nobody know and listen there. Not surprised if they pull out a press release or, puts out, say, X, Y, Z, E, B, C, D, all of they put sanction on the organizations, say that they'll be responsible for tip the election. And we don't tell them, say, this is not right, they're not listening to we, and they put sanction party and something like that. Or then go quiz the country in different way, where you not go even know. Like I say, Salon, and small country, we don't even ask for
like
time.
right now, we are seriously on the MCC money.
Of course. MCC, we all know how this government, we don't even campaign about, the MCC, we don't get scorecard, MCC, we go about 80-something%, the MCC scorecard. All that we don't talk about all the time. Yeah, all the time.
We can't talk about the frown with the US embassy, the US government frown on the country and other things then. But please, I want, somebody just to write question and comment on Facebook, YouTube say, why Madabio not they come out and work on the street of Freetown? Let's tell you something. And I can play one short video for now. We 2012, annexed by Kuruma. We all be the same at some point. Like Kisiwood.
Yeah.
Inside Abacha Street. In one green. With a jeep. They drive. And it is stick for the election, right?
Yes.
They do that there in 2018 as well. They walk down at the street, can go one security. Although some people be say the taxi will be the day now. Now insecurity them, it might be right because at some point I don't see where the crowd can book Cooper and someone that is not before move. Because of like everybody be they gladdy. So we just see them when they appear and then they try for open the wood for lay a pass full one. We they see and team up na traffic na Kisi Road. And team up na traffic inside Motuka na Kisi Road.
Yeah.
They're not in notice them. I see something right in front of me. Kisi Road Mountain Court. It comes up Mountain. Yes, I think it was Mountain Court. I think I meet up by the bank, last Sky Bank or so. The policeman see him. It's map na they waiting. The minute we see him, he begin bang and bang. You know what I mean? You see, you caretaker then na traffic. What's the next thing you do? Hey, you already sack me, sir. I beg I for clear the traffic. They tell us, relax. That minute where he and that police officer get that change, then people in faint power. When that be a Sunday. This taxi what they talk about again, now you can rescue him. Rescue in a sense because like everybody was, hey, the you sabi no one on the side in that Italy.
Yes.
So now play this video and see because wait till make her say this, we can't talk about them quickly. We come back just now. Okay.
And peace brings with it development and growth. I would like to encourage all of you to make a positive difference in your countries when you return. Be agents of change in your sector. What we have of old should fade away. Do not be instruments of oppression and violence. Be the servants of the people. Listen to their needs and aspirations and support them. Encourage your leaders to be different and better at protecting and promoting human rights and the rule of law. Remember, there is a good and happy life after the presidency, but only if you respect the privilege granted to you by the people to serve and serve them well. Every morning, as part of my daily exercise, I walk around in my community. 5 years since I left office, I still have requests for photo ops, and if I drive into the city center, there will be crowds applauding, cheering, and even praying for me.
Ernest by Kuruma, they talked recently. And he said some very interesting things then Fambola, very important. And the one we touched me more, he said 5 years after I left office, people are still they ask for photo ops. Like, hey, pal, snap. He said now 5 years so we don't come on our office. But any side where it goes, still people and they ask him for let them take picture. I think that day, for me, it sync really well with how a leader or a president or a caretaker for behave in a salon. Okay. And say what to me about former president Ernest Bai Koroma, because okay, as president, he can hire and fire. Some people in the way sack, some people in the way hire, he give them job. But for say it take some kind of deliberate decision for inflict pain on people, I think say people are not go boku go say that. Because even at the trial of member, people have been there as president, most people have died in police or military hands. Maybe if they reach 3 or 4, they not go pass. Remember that situation, Kabbalah for that youth center. I think another situation will be happen around. I don't know if they're my 91 area.
Yes, by 91, I can remember of one way happened with one school picking Guard Street,
yes.
Under a gym, Eastern
Thank
Police.
You. Yes. So when he talks,
I can remember of one of Samsumana again, where in convoy bang one person in a Calbaton.
So when they look at say, where it all left power 5 years, where any side you go, people are still in the ask for photo ops. Hey, look the part, now snap. Hey, so I have to tell you, say a man where people are really like him, and he also talk about the other things, like say when I respect human rights, when I respect the rule of law. He talk about say when I be leaders of change, when I not support or promote suppression and violence, and I think say all anything in there, and that's to a large extent, he go by them. He try as best as possible. Like when they look at the other regions, look at Kono. Most influential people have been come on Kono, like the East. Most people are where it been get influential on the government, we come on the East as well. So I think Ernest Koroma, he gets that kind of way, and sometimes the way even Tima before person. That he laugh, that he smile. He had for see he vex. Always he laugh, he
so
smile.
I can always call him Marker Stone. And yes, Marker Stone, that kind of thing where a smile, just a smile. Even if you vex behind him back, where you can be fast, you see him smile, no, you don't change. Like when they can say, where you go Marker and for go ask for, let you see me washed. Now the same thing like that. I remember seeing himself Alfred Peter Conte after all for in things the way don't make the minute we go to Ernest Bai Koroma, we see the snap with it, the smile, broad one. So now from that system, they say, come on, this man look like Marker Stone. So I always want to see, in as much as, imagine, and it's back one being in a power, we as journalists enter in the, now we all, that is why when they can say, one day come in by my side, I can say no. Anyhow, the last government been talent, for now we see them goodness, but they be, as well, they do things that will not be okay for the people.
Yeah.
Certain things that they will not be okay. We be the do program. We go to Kono, for example. We go look at police brutality. I cry when they do, the program because of the kind when you see police brutality, they come out. Even police they take over they fact somebody in Yayol. We see all of them things then in Kono. I have all of them recorded in the right time, so I get all of them. I get all of them. Not of today we begin talk about government.
Yes.
Not of today we begin call government to attention for let them look at waiting them for do for the people. But some people are now on Sabiwi. So now when they see me like say we just create we say for a mother bill and the government. No.
Yeah.
No.
So that's at the point. And I think say in Sierra Leone, a country like Sierra Leone, we need a president where, of course, they promote rule and law and all that also. Yeah, but also that approachable posture where people they feel afraid around you. They're not afraid for kind near you. People they like not allow the police and soldier man or during regime, we not see people police and soldier man kill but people like how they don't kill them out of late. Nobody allow that. And because
we know one day see I'll be honest, we know one day see presidential guards them.
Yeah.
They go use gun pan people in. One day I not see them. Maybe I'm wrong because I'm on the other side. But like Italic right now, so one day.
Yeah. So you see, sometimes we can see I try to forget the theory. We actually want reference to. We have been do now one of my classes, you know, like what I say, the leader, the person where they do on top, the kind of way sometimes and they how they behave or what they talk, you know, it influence a whole lot of people the way they work behind them. Okay, the theory they try for talk, I don't forget the actual because I don't do too much of research on it before I come online. But you be the try for say, when the leader, the way they team out before, the kind of way they think or do certain things, and it influence a whole lot of things. Yeah, and I may say, when you're not a leader, no, like for the talk, or even for twist your face where they come online. That twist where they twist your face alone. What do you want the way they be you and they see twist your face where they come online for can't talk to people? It gets a big message where they show. People will go do something on your behalf and say, no, see the pie in face where be vexed. The pie don't vex so. That in face where vex so, you know what?
And
So even
once
if
in the situation we find ourselves now, once the power in face twist, then say the opposition not get a chance for work.
thank you. So sometimes the pie in face twist, the man and already behind an hour, it's where the pie at one. So then just they go
So
do
I'm
what
not
they
talk to you all again. We see one video one time where that boy car, where he be in
Yes.
Dine and McKinney. Who side
Yeah.
them they go do the layout, who side them team up. I think the mic not be the gay and not be they produce very good sound. The person where they control the sound, as respectful as it be, he take the mic for can change the mic for him. We see how he behave in the public. What he do? He slap the mic. He push the mic so. You can't do that. You know a whole figure where people they look up to. And then now it is send another negative thing again.
Yes.
You see, so now all of them things, but anyway, because of time, now we jump inside the issue of ONS and the US Embassy. Because the whole
Yes.
ONS starts from the ONS 9 trigger waiting the US Embassy come up with.
Exactly.
So if
So
you
now
get
they
the
begin.
ONS, then waiting, let we go.
Yes.
Start and quick, low make let people
Yes.
understand. Read that
So
and
now
then
they
go
begin
through.
at the ONS, I they begin. Fambu, I just remind you, so they watch you live on TV Salon and Weird, and they bring come to you continuation of the coverage of the elections in Sierra Leone. All right. Continue for follow we on all we channel them on TV Salon and Weird, and we live on Facebook, on YouTube, and all with different platform there. So moving on, the Office of National Security actually issued a press release today. So when the National Office of National Security issue press release, that guy for prompt the US Embassy in Salon for let themselves tweets. All right, but I'll go first to the press release where the Office of National Security post. I go read this in English, then after that maybe say well, I go try for scatter inside Creole. All right, it's a press release, Office of National Security, Freetown, 29 June 2023. The security sector is gravely concerned about the publication of parallel election results and its potential implications for national security.
So
Okay.
in other words, the security office way na ONS log you on a background of who that ONS make up of. A makeup of the police, a makeup of the prison, all of the security sector them not go and begin in one, including the military. Now then come together and get the ONS. So in other words, ONS when an Office of National Security, they get direct instruction from the Office of the President, and ONS now them na the coordinating security agency. Where in other words, certain things that the way police, the military they do, the instruction they come out from ONS. So now then,
Yes.
now then this. So then say today then pull a press release. What did this press release say? Then say them as the security sector them, then concern bad one. But the kind thing, especially that election results where ACSL pull this, then new pull this. They say them very much concerned about that because it go create problem tomorrow in the country.
Okay, so then quote the law. I'm not going to talk about the law section D's of the 1991 Constitution. ECSL is the sole state organ recognized by law to proclaim election results in Sierra Leone.
Then say, according to the law, where now inside the constitution, the book, the 1991 constitution, now sections 93. Then say ECSL, where now the body where they responsible for the election. Then say now the only one where the law recognize say if for make sure say it do election and call election results inside the country.
So they say the attention of the security sector has been drawn to the publication of parallel election results for the presidential elections by the National Elections Watch, NEW, a coalition of civil society organizations accredited by the ECSL to observe national elections.
So then say them as the security sector, they don't see something. People they don't call their attention. We say don't come and see that thing they where now where ECSO don't publish their own results. We see parallel. Parallel means say side by side. The other one where they call themselves new National Elections Watch, where na civil society organization, where na ECSL na give them accreditation, na give them right say una can look how the election they go. And say we notice say themselves they pull results and say we don't see that one day.
The security sector wants the general public, including international observers and development partners, to note that the actions of new contravenes this constitutional provision and have the potential to provoke unfavorable consequences.
So in other words, the time for say, we want to let all man know. The public now, people in a salon or out of salon now, they want to win at the international community, they want to give it couple, they want to watch election, one follow and no say this action where new they do so right now. It's against the law inside the country because this kind of thing when new they do so for pull side by side results with the one the way they in charge of the results business. It will make sure say it provoke one kind of thing we not go good, one kind of thing repercussion consequence we not go good for the country at all.
Okay. Sorry, I just okay, I'll continue.
The security sector.
The security sector also notes with dismay that the publication made by New has been erroneously regarded as authentic by certain development partners.
So he say waiting make we waiting we don't understand now, or waiting surprise we now the fact that the kind of results where New don't put out, yeah. He say a lot of people don't look at that report. They say, this thing when new pull so now the right thing this, and we develop partner them, they don't take that. They say yes, the thing when you don't put that word in the gospel truth. Say that it look they surprise we.
Yeah. In addition, the joint press statement signed by the 6 development partners stating the lack of transparency in the election result tabulation process also contravenes the relevant sections in the national constitution that give sole responsibility to the ECSL to publish election results.
Wait, another direct waiting. I'll tell you something first. I think the ONS said they're very sorry, but in this case they're very stupid because they're not telling us because of somebody observe. Enough for talk with you observe. Observation mission generally in a best practice for let them pull a report everywhere in the world. So for let them can talk that all day, I think they are the most stupid sentences we can give. But anyway, now you read it now clear one for talker. They say addition and say okay, what after we don't talk about this publication and the problem with them win, it's a what we know again additionally. Now the kind of statement where the 6 development partner them, that the EU, France, this and that, then the Western country them, they kind a press statement where they come and sign and pull. They try for talk say how the election not get any form of transparency and the result where especially for the talent process. They say people are not able to understand how the process will they go. And they say that they totally against section where some sections them inside the national constitution, but they're not quote the section anymore. When inside the national constitution, and say the responsibility or the sole right for the person read the results. A day with ECSL, yes, not 2. A day with ECSL. Now the reason this way they're not before now that they have so now. I mean what this now. The reason we make them not quote this section because waiting and talking don't make sense at all. For say it contravene relevant section. Who's relevant section we contravene for say we possibly observe enough for talk. Wait you observe. They're not say calling result, but wait you observe before talk them. No section not talk about that.
Alright, the security sector believes that such public pronouncements as made by New has the tendency to provoke undue tension in the country, particularly after an overwhelming peaceful election, which has been widely acclaimed both at home and abroad.
So they say the security sector, they wouldn't have the security sector. They believe say this kind of thing when New they do so where they come and pull statements, where they come and pull results and tell waiting and find out for the election. And say this it gets the juice. It gets the potential. It gets it go actually provoke. Waiting and say unnecessary tension That is, you can say undue tension, unnecessary tension at the country, particularly after where people don't vote plenty and peacefully now the election all across the country, you know, and people where they oversee where they in the country, they all don't see say this election be peaceful and it day up to the task.
Yeah, the security sector would like to recommend the development partners engage directly with the elections management bodies, including the ECSL.
So for sake of this, then they call on the security, so the development partner them, they recommend say this development partner them, and then they say recommend. In other words, we suggest to say please, for Leona take the right thing, una not take to new, una take to the ECSL, una discuss with the ECSL, and all the one the way they in terms of election management issues them, you know, Leona discuss them thing they are including ECSL. So they get for what they ask una say una can discuss with you whether the security, una discuss with the ONS, the PPRC, the police. So please, yeah, and that's and then they basically recommend.
The security sector commends development partners and international organizations for having reminded citizens about the use of due process in addressing post-election concerns.
So in other words, they say, okay, in as much as we don't tell us we need for camp, but still, we see say when they do good work, because at the end of the day, upon all the way this in the happen, so we still commend una say una as development partner them, it's especially international observer them, una don't they do good things for them, una they remind we young people them say if anybody get where they monoram, let it go through the right process, you know, like the court, and for make sure say they address that kind post then concern and they will be come out from the election.
The security sector, through the awareness, continues to follow the election process to its logical conclusion and appeals to the general public to remain calm, go about their normal business, and cooperate with the security sector.
So,
signed Abdullah Koka.
Yes, what they tell for they say the security sector way to the ONS. Remember, I don't tell now. To the ONS, one for say then they continue for watch as the election just done, but the process still go on. Then still they watch or they monitor or they observe the waiting and go on, and especially as they go towards the logical conclusion, then they go towards the rational. We know it's a logical, rational. What's the other word they use? As then we go towards the conclusion. That's the best practice. Then they want for say, and then they want for appeal to the general public. In other words, then they ask the general public for say, do ya wanna maintain the peace, wanna remain calm, you know, and wanna go about una normal business. Them as the election voting on, wanna go whether they go sell, whether they go do other thing, go do them, you know, and wanna make sure say wanna cooperate with the security sector. If you know, it's not the meaning. In the beginning of this program, we play one audio for of the ECSL commissioner. We say them, then they call the results. And when they don't call the result, we don't say the international community won't change. But when they don't call the result, yeah. We don't they take any students again. Anybody we want, we just hand over the rest to the security sector. They then take care of the rest. And we don't see Lilo and Slimmer come and say if people have to be lawless, then they make sure they crush them. So now in this basically time for talk about. We move.
Yeah. So now let's look at this press release closely. First, before I go, somebody when a very senior international person will get interested in Salon, just send me this message. Say, do I understand the ONS is telling embassies they are not allowed to express concern about the election because it violates Sierra Leone's constitution?
Yeah.
They say if now so it look like say the ONS no want embassies for express their concern about the election because it violated the Salon constitution.
So now let me tell you say this is the most stupid part of the press release and not make any sense because no sign out there the law we tell we say when person observe the election not for talk anything. Then say nobody no get rights for call results, but they not tell you say nobody no get right for publish result too. You know, they not say publication of results. Nobody they not tell you know the law say not for publish. They say you know for announce the results. Yeah, but so what thing you do you publish? Publish the result and then talk about it everything happened. And they don't know them, the international the partners them, they actually discuss the issues them where they see inside the election, where they not contravene any law. I mean they not quote the section. Because if they are quote the section, like where FBC be do that time, the PR communication somebody, we go quote section, we not correct. Yeah. If we don't catch them up with them.
Yes. So now look at this press release. And this press release, the Office of National Security issue today. And so that person in caution, because when you look at the press release, it really it makes sense, it don't make sense. Okay, this is the Office of National Security, when they coordinate security affairs, most of the money even when they use they come out from abroad, they come out from the international partners for do the work they do. The international partners, when they support Salone for a long time, then they say what say this process, then give the accreditation, say when I can observe.
In fact, they call it.
Thank you. And if they're very clear, say what they observe, always to the observe with the documents, and they make a known to the public and give them a recommendation.
So I don't cut you word. That is why in the press conference of the EU, they talk very clear. In fact, Qatar Center, not EU, Qatar Center, they say we come we tell them thank you for una invite we for can observe the election. That means if you don't have call and say look come. And hold on, can see those rubbish they happen.
Thank you. So anybody where they observe all over the world, if you observe elections, they monitor, they document, and when they report and they make them public and they ask questions. You know, they go stop, say, una not do this. So, for example, what's it they do? They not go stop, say, oh, they love for vote because they not do this. They not do all no more. They take notes. They monitor and get videos and get audios and get a lot of things. So they make their reports. And the report they go far and wide. So imagine now the Office of National Security. When I say when a voice they go far past the international community, and now it's like because now they say even the 6 development partners, it's like say they take the new report. No, they not just take the new report. They just don't make their own report.
And in fact, they first come up with a statement before new they come.
You after the 60%, almost immediately before the
60%.
Before the 60%.
Upon the conclusion of the election. Remember, we play one interview with I think that'll be the chief of the EU Observer Mission, where say we don't observe certain things then, but we will come detail and report. So even before new.
So if that don't happen, they don't actually make an open. So we don't observe this. Even where they make the press conference, where they say the election not done, it's still go on. We hope say then go fix the issues there or don't make public. That was an opportunity for the Elections Commission. If they don't allow reach so now, let them go back to the drawing board and say, hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do this. Let's work on this. But if they sit down and make the people and they talk when I make it on area, I think some people and just, you know, I don't know if because of where somebody in a power or politics, and not just one area, just one way, especially Sierra Leoneans.
Opposing view, not like
because maybe are they now are they working at the government or I like President Bio or my brother get position there or me uncle and minister there and so on and so forth. So if this they go this way, I'm not for talk, I for bend the talk. No, that's not right. Let us be very honest. If the issue of this election, whether people let me don't pick them up, well, passport is blind on. I ain't gonna tell me say Salon the international community Salon we don't need them. We're a developed country. All right. But if countries like Nigeria then try them, they not go away with it. When are the biggest country with the highest number of people in West Africa or even in Africa, and try and not go free. What if it's alone, then go wait to say they know with yourself. Because the people that raise the issues, they said this and this and this and this. This and this and this and this. So definitely they're not going to just sit down and set them out. No, they will not.
So because one simple one for you. When Anes by Kuma, for example, we don't see a lot of press conference where the time where they go observe, election. So what do you want to say again about that?
So
for people we don't understand that they will talk about so now. You get for say this not the thing where they go on, and this not the thing where in normal like international best practice.
So now you see like back to back. Where the government fire this, the international community fire this. Tell me through the kind of situation where they lead to we right now. People in Sudan more just listen now. Where the government put press release, international community send one tweet for say what they watch and what they waiting. Where the government makes so or ECS makes so, the international community makes so. Well, now tell me true. If that's the kind of government where go get the total support from the international community.
Interestingly, we see other people that don't begin commend or congratulate this particular election. Amongst them, you get Venezuela, who we see somebody in the state house we say Venezuela congratulate, Marabio. It's a shame that they talk about Venezuela in election. We don't talk about. You ask a question, say, what are we benefiting from these other people? If not to really give them, they don't get nothing for giving. Or if not to Venezuela dictatorship where they go on with, we not get anything for doing them. Venezuela of all, they congratulate Marabio for the re-election.
Yes, I see one government spokesman they post them say Venezuela don't congratulate.
Well, that the director of communication at State House.
Yeah. I don't mean no go.
Yes,
I
my
don't
youngest
for,
friend, my GY, the man no one for seminar in the panel where they go.
I don't like for push a lot. Something that
No, not push, you not push. You not push.
But,
You know, I respect your view, but this not my own view.
Yeah.
The man
I
wey
see
no one
somebody-
for any side where I for go sit down in a
Yeah.
panel or for interview, I mean,
Yes.
they go there.
I see somebody, yeah, me I can get some filter. Use something and they can go, not the filter.
You know the filter.
Okay.
The matter is big
Somebody
so
post-
as well.
Somebody posted in a see, oh, Venezuela, don't congratulate President Bio. Venezuela? I'm like, what's salad again from Venezuela? you know, it's interesting. Then they go to Venezuela, then are the first 10 or 15 partners of Sierra Leone, in fact.
Well, and then are the first list of the dictator partner there.
Yeah. Then the other one, na Guinea-Bissau.
Sissoko Mbalo. This na the man wey na the only president this wey come inside we country after wey the August 10 wey they call the people wey protest as terrorists. Na the only person this. So of course what you expect? And he come in tell we play he come for day with in best friend.
Yeah. So you see, and the other person na Turkey. And Turkey, of course, what's he?
The airport.
Yeah, na Turkish company the manager.
And then talking about we caretaker be go snap with them ammo carry.
Yeah, and then Bilam on the BOT, kind of build, operate, and transfer, which means the airport, the Turkish company get for operate and say until they don't money. I know about this alone. Okay, so where Turkey tweet congratulations message, we know the interest. All right, then after that, I do an article say no other Ecowas leader not congratulated the president. After I don't do the article, like 10 minutes after, now the president of Gambia in Twitter handle, then tweet now and say congratulations to President Bio. Now I say, oh, okay, this come after because I make sure say I check all the online channel about. I say I don't say secret to, but no West Africa they are not doing openly yet. So after the article go up like 10 to 15 minutes, then I see a tweet from the Gambian president in Twitter handle for congratulate President Bio. So these are the things. If we're not at this situation all this right now, we have to say the facts. The president, our president, okay, people in the like doesn't have the president, but our president, that's the facts. But now just brace up for the times ahead. Now we see where the ONS fire, then the US embassy tweets. And wait till the US embassy tweets, I think now they will move next. Because after where that tweet, where the Office of National Security pulled that press release, say, oh, then they want the ECS, the new and then press release and all that, and they, how they compromise security and safety. And also just after that, now in the US embassy self pull one tweet now do, and that tweet they will recount to next. I just they try for look for now, because now I know say like how the thing not begin go now, so you get it look like saying that's where they go so, and we hope and pray let it not continue so. The US embassy tweet. They said disturb hearing of death threats against election observers. The US embassy said then disturb because they hear threats against election observers.
You send that for me. Send that for me.
Yes.
Okay, I get them. Okay.
Okay. Then they say death threats, whether against ECSL officials or election observers or anyone, have no place in a peaceful democratic society.
All right.
So
what in this basically they say in Clio?
Yeah.
They say we at the US embassy in freedom. And then they actually get they ask, of course, what they mean. They say disturb hearing. In other words, they say this thing with the so now they look more now we for lay with the then they threaten people they live them. For Seka, they will way how they observe the election and how then they unveil waiting they observe. He said this they look disturbed with small little. He said that's he said whether now against ECSL official law or now against election observer or against any other person where they watch the election or where they put months for the election. He said no way. Death threats no get place in any peaceful any side where they say this country in a democracy or we get peace. He said that kind of thing they not exist at all. Now only with a junta. Now go give death threat to people when they talk about the election. Go ahead. You don't know.
Yeah. So now that when the Office of National Security don't issue this press release, say waiting new they do the contravene. And at the first time this one they see ONS they issue press release against National Elections Watch. Okay, after
give me
publish
background.
Okay, so the National Elections Watch don't they from, I don't know from when last, but I know say National Elections Watch then begin monitor from Pakaba election, and they're not the only monitor Salon election, and can also involved in a lot of other international elections when they go monitor on other countries. Even the last election, we bring President Julius Maada Bio to power in 2018. The National Elections Watch also publish their own data and publish their own figure. The only thing, they make, well, as far as the one and all they support the current regime concerned, they may get it right, because the data and the information where National Elections Watch been put out, let me say the SLPP candidate they on the lead. When President Julius Maada Bio, and when the election when they announce, and I say, come on.
Okay, so let's tell you why ECSL, why new come up and talk about certain things them in this election. They tell we plenty in the beginning, waiting and foresee, it ain't in line with waiting and get. Then say, but in the case of Usai, then we get discrepancy, Usai they go get difference. Then we put waiting then get. So the reason why in the Maada Bio election, they not come and give difference because waiting then get match up with waiting the election reflect. So now it makes them not come and say. But you know, if you talk about they're glad for new dental and they let's tell you one thing about this government.
Yeah.
Now look for example, Lara Therapias in case in deputy. Yeah. Imran, maybe in the 98.1 in 2012 or so, where at the moderate XLPP program.
Yes.
You get the Kalilu Tutange, you get the Imran, you get the other people when they come inside and then waiting, they talk about this thing. And amongst the things that were in the old for Canada program, now this big book, audit report, and then they pack them from ear to ear. All of that, this government corrupt. If not like watch the audit report, now corruption. But now, when they talk about the audit report, including Ben Kelfala, they tell you saying a mere opinion. They say not to corruption, a mere opinion. But now this they use against the last government, and now this same audit report now influence the commission of inquiry.
Yes.
Now influence them. Now going forward, this government, anything where the last government be do, with them it be bad, to them it not bad. If they be the hell Lara Therapias, we serve the rest of Anes Baikruma in term. Because now Anes Baikruma now appoint Lara Therapias. But Lara Therapias, even when Anes Baikruma appoint them, it be go hard. Because it not be hate Anes Baikruma, it not hate the government, but it want for them spend the people and money judiciously. In other words, they for spend them the right way. That is why it be they point out some of them things there. And they left the SLPP be love Lara. They be love Lara. But unfortunately, they don't come to power. Lara begin for point some of them things that they say, Lara, they try for do something we're not correct. And they try for expose them as in their opinion. And for them, Lara, what type of the word they use?
I think they say
misconduct. Professional misconduct.
Yes. Professional misconduct and flouting rules or something.
But I'll tell you for here, I'll say, up to this time, the government not ever get case against Lara. In fact, you don't ever see you person then they can't post in a court. The person where then they can a court now enforce the go give statement say this I do. And you go make you case. This government not get any case against Lara. They just want for hold them back for letting not take part in the audit report for the election because they not say the things the way they don't do. If Lara be put up in professional cap again and work another report say not problem for them. So then should them think twice and say, hey, this lady here, we need for put her one way. Or this woman, we need for put her one way. And then we put Udat will see we interest. Remember how Maada Bio say they work with Udat. You know? Udat support her, Udat be vote for her. So move, continue.
So and now, interestingly, the 2022 audit report, I get the reports. You get a lot of money we talk about where, enable accounts for both, the foreign missions and even back home. But added to that, very interestingly, the office of the president, the office of the vice president, the office of the first lady, they're not audit, they're none. They say they don't meet the required threshold, which means they not achieve the threshold where they for monitor them, where for audit them. So the president in office, the vice president in office, the first lady in office, they not monitor them at all because they don't reach the threshold. Because as far as they're concerned, the money they will then give them, they don't reach the threshold at all.
So,
tell me
in
to
other words, then say not to forsake corruption or do, but
yes.
in minimize.
Yes. So tell me all them triple maybe they take, even at some point, according to the Africanist press,
Yes.
then fake receipts where they say then go give from that one party hotel then say where then go wait till 7 day and so on and all of that. And
It is inside the audit report as well.
It did it. So but when it comes by the real auditing on some of the finances so they disperse directly, you know, they say they not reach the required threshold. But these are the things, these are now the past. Now the president don't get a second term, a second 5-year term. And I think some of people have already listened to we small because
I think one more thing don't come inside you as we go. Once we end this, we take one more thing. We come out just not from the opposition party.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe if you go inside last direct you said you go, we could get them. So we go there on the same page. Why else we go? Go inside Salon Election 23 live.
Okay. You know, some of what they talk, I think some people, especially the one who they support the government, the current government also, and go for they listen to we small. Then for listen to we small because we not they set mode. We always they highlight issues. We always they talk about things where they happen. We always they try for highlight things them where if they work with them, if they pay attention, they go able to correct themselves. When I want people to be from where they want, where they killing business boku, I begin talking specifically say this skill when they kill so in know they give this government good name. I continue for talking directly. Me and Lawrence Lima run meet up na programs directly. I tell I continue for challenge them with articles, with a lot of things. And nobody listen. All right. Well, I'll continue. I think say not take go for the program, but a press release just don't come on from the main opposition APC party. They say the APC totally rejects the presidential result, demands the publication of the presidential, parliamentary, mayoral, and local council election results per polling station.
Okay,
all
so
right.
In other words,
so
this the heading is very simple and clear. And then at APC, they not agree, they not go ever agree, they not agree at all with the presidential result. And then same way so they ask, say, let them publish, you know, the presidential, parliamentary, and the mayoral and local council. So all the results then, therefore publish them by polling station. In other words, you know the way where we can normally go, like where we be the IIN, one of the side who can get results now the polling stations then. So when we don't done for post the results and they let everybody see them. And now that even the development partners they ask, they publish them and then we verify that not the exact
exactly. So I said the All People's Congress Party hereby notifies the public that the party maintains its outright rejection of the presidential election results pronounced on the 26th June 2023 by Mr. Mohamed Kone, Chief Electoral Commissioner of the Elections Commission for Sierra Leone, ECSL. It is the position of the APC party that the final presidential results pronounced by the Chief Electoral Commissioner of the ECSL was not the true representation of the total number of valid votes cast in each district. The results announced by Mr. Kone do not represent a true picture of results tallied at polling stations and the districts. Mr. Kone made the pronouncement even when results in the district tally centers had not been tallied and certified by ECSL's district returning officers and party agents.
Okay, so waiting basically they say we play that interview. Now this is the interview with the time for talk. We're not being clear. The interview 98.1. Abdul will say even when they day now the North and Regional Tally Center, they wait for results then from Cambia and other side them. They're not being carried to, but yet still ECSL don't get the results and they don't go either. So outcomes where they're not even certify them at district level, but yet still ECSL don't call them.
Yes. So I said the APC is aware that the announcement made by the Chief Electoral Commissioner on 26 June 2023, he then sent his concocted results and forced district officers to sign off on them. The party understands that the Chief Electoral Commissioner of the ECSL also wants to announce a mayoral candidate in Freetown based on a pattern of concocted results which do not also reflect the true representation of the valid votes cast. The APC party hereby strongly warns the Chief Electoral Commissioner of the ECSL not to make short pronouncements as it will create chaos in the country. The APC party urges the Chief Electoral Commissioner of the ECSL to ensure that the votes cast for the presidential and mayoral candidates be counted, verified, and certified by polling stations, with the full participation of the party agents and observers, both local and international, before the mayoral results are pronounced. Once again, the APC hereby insists that those presidential results are not credible, and we do not accept those results without it being verified and certified by our party representatives and observers. We will deploy every effort to ensure that the will of the people is protected. Signed, National Secretary General Lansana Doumbouya. So now press release will just come out today. So which means I think sometimes we don't also understand they want to announce the mayor results.
And therefore we don't do it today at 4 o'clock, but I don't know where to stop them.
Okay. So maybe they want to do it tomorrow Friday.
Well,
so that when they don't do on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, na weekend, court not they open.
And not to just the court not they open, they go for take care of people. Anybody they know see them in the way come on the street for protest, they go for take care of them. Because if people they on the street, they go about the normal business, they announce at them, they're not gonna know that now that. Or like they go do and fast for the swearing in. Like because Jensen already close all. Yeah, this close business. This close business are interesting for me. So maybe I don't want to do like say, as to announce and so the same thing like what I do the president. Quick, for sorry, as the mayor of Freetown. So before people go court or go stop or anything, we don't get a new mayor of Freetown. Probably something in the opposition party go down sense make the police press release back. We'll never know, probably. You know, one thing where I just like, I like that the opposition still maintaining position. Interestingly, we don't see this press release, but we go back to Samuel Kama's statement, and we tell Unanayato say, then still maintaining position. Okay, we not lie you, Alpha. We not lie at all. The press release just don't affirm what we say. That this we can tell Una say, sometimes we can analyze something. Yeah, and we not put any sentiment in that. We just analyze as a day. And interestingly, how we they analyze them when the repercussion they come, that's why they come. For the last 3 years, that's don't happen. Because you have to put up a professional thing for look at the issue, how it is, how you see, and based on when they call precedents in court, now based on things that will don't happen, then they look back and say, okay, now this way for go. So now that precedent that we did.
They said so.
Now they said we actually watch and read all what will happen and look at the probability. I think that they write all that day for say this will go the way I for go and this not will go the way I for go. This possible or this not possible. Now that's how we analyze we still there. So sometimes you can see that partisan, but please open your mind and listen to me.
So definitely. So once again, the opposition party when a critical player, yes, or partner in this election, like critical. Underline the word critical in this process because I saw back in the happen when they announced 60%, 90 people and say no, we not agree. We need for correct this thing and do this, and this. The international observer they say the same. And now even before this episode release they come out, the EU would also pull another press release when they say they will let them publish all the results and back at the different centers and let people are able to verify. Okay, so now probably they will go back ahead and read the Mayoral result. So at the end of the day, the country. Play by day between 2% or they not agree corporates. Who do I go blame? Because
they don't tell I don't listen to some of the people, especially Kone and other people, who say they don't allow one party for can hold them back. In other words, this one party for them are just one party and no mean nothing. For them, whatever they view, whatever they concern, no important. We don't see, for example, I get this my brother, Fonty, we can at the program one morning, tell we say, them put all things in place. And they treat the election serious. In other words, the other people are not treat the election serious. So we actually try for asking the question by okay, the other did not put. I say no, he left to how you think him. Okay, so how we think that so now this way I think him.
Okay, so you don't see probably I think saying a very interesting point is in this discussion. I know so we don't get much time again, but when I just look at now the opposition on police press release say when I go back and recount and now re-verify. Okay, so they may don't say I'm back today before they announce the presidential result. So some of the things that when they come to we now we say now make they say if people can listen to we, but like I said then there are people then just they wait for respond. Then they listen for respond. As a day you send the pay don't talk, and for let them respond to your encounter.
So they think rationally before they respond.
Exactly, especially the one the way they support this government. Then they say the things and they go so, but still they're like, I have to defend. Let me give you an example, and this example I can for Guillaume. When I've been communications manager in one organization, international organization. I be the communications person for the organization. Okay, so Mayoral direct communications, stuff, link communication
I like
channel.
this example.
Yeah, communication strategy. All these things they make sure say I bring the press for cover the organization, do all these things for let it be big on the media locally and internationally. That was my role. Okay. But in as much as I'm a role, where you, so say for example, now you in charge of go make water well. You go make water well, you make them bad, you know the engineer. They say, hey, water don't dry, or you blast for we.
Or the water well broke.
The water well don't broke, oh, I go dig for we. That water well, the water don't dry self. Una no sober, this organization they are. Look at the people and begin sending a picture, sending a radio. Okay. So I put the issue in front of the management. Country director, the big people are all. Now these people and they say, oh, bottom mango, for example. They say the water well go dig, you don't broke. They say, oh, not dig and fine. We not to better people. When I look the poster, when I look the newspaper. Well, Alpha, now the communications person, they are who go handle that situation. I say, no, they don't go handle them more. I want the man when the engineer will be in charge of the project. Yeah, let me go explain to the people.
Say no Alpha, when your work, the communication man, go explain.
Me own role as communications manager. Yeah, and I will facilitate the role for let this man go explain to the people and will capture them back all over the place. But becoming the communications manager, not to mean that the engineer will dig the water well, or the water well dry or broke, not to me for go defend you to the public. I think that some people for the see these kind of situations. Being that they work for the government or they work for minister or press attaché or this or that, mean say you roll. If you other person that the government don't do bad, now if you always go out and go defend, then they can make somebody very unpopular. And as a professional, if you know you defend self or stuff.
Interestingly, this kind of damage most of the professional journalists right now. We don't get a role of our press attaché because they're always the kind of defend the people at some the government, and at some point they blame the people for certain things. Then we're very wrong, and they blame opposition. You as press attaché, yes, we know say some of una. The reason why I make una do and they because I want to maintain una job there. But remember, say the line long. So if una one don't take 5 years, so other person get for cam, then they pull una the NIB. So and when them pull you, they get for come back to the bolang side. Some of we know with the bolang. Alpha, how they suit them italic.
I know. So you don't see. So definitely, I think so. Let people and take that example. I just share that example. It don't mean say because they work for the government or the system. When other person at the government don't do bad, you because they work on that government, now you for good defender. Sometimes if you're not gonna to talk, say more. Tell that person the advice and say, even if you're not communications manager, for example, or publicity manager, tell and say, and they create the avenue for you. Go face the people and let you go talk for yourself. Because this is a good number say this thing bad. I think that there don't be a lot of issues for current government officials and even in communications or the PR. Because, for example, we go to call in public relations or communications. Okay, say keep it truthful. Not hide the truth, not bend the truth. Where something can be true, accept the truth and move on. You all right? When something happen, a problem, accept the problem. People on crisis communications. Accept a problem, they'll accept this communication problem or this problem, then I move on. Then I go able to set to the problem. But when something they happen, the people are not stupid, certain things they happen, they say they try for downplay and begin balance.
So these are the problem with all the ministers, the communication people there for the government, they're totally mistake. Okay, if Marabio they come on power today, now they're responsible for that.
Yeah.
Because you watch, for example, even the statement in the parliament, certain statement in the parliament, we Marabio yourself the same for the first day, the shock. We see them. We don't provide, we provide them sufficient electricity for the Western area. Instead of a shock, we see that thing. We all see the body language of them. We see how it pause before it continue. But such is life, and I think say life must go on, and we need for no more. But the only thing we say, now we work on begin because we see our people say the terrorist opposition sweet yes, and we from when we begin this work, I'd always be opposition. I don't be opposition to APC. Because all of the program, they will be all accountability program. And since the accountability program now opposing view, it means say you try for the government to attention. So we do the same thing. We don't do one for the rest of Madabe first time. We continue for do for any other person. Whether na Madabe continue today by power or by force. Whether na other person they come tomorrow, we no one for no that. That is why so thank you those students we can talk Samuel Kamara. We don't conquer several times. for let catch up certain things them. And we'll continue for the do that for any leader we feel say honest by Kuma and Maka Stone as I can call them. You know, several times they are on the blaster. For example, one thing we no go ever come on and more for honest by Kuma at the constitution. Where I feel saying the biggest regret and the way they'll ever get right now. That constitutional review. If they don't actually work on that thing, they spend lots of money, but at the end of the day, they take and they put it on the carpet. Now this government they take waiting, then they waiting please them no money and they work on. If honest by they don't give you new constitution by now, not for the day they can alaki there so for me, now you down part Sunday and that word they no go ever come on and me mot maybe until I get for go back to side I come out. You know, so honest by in as much as you do well, you try, but that side for me. Inside my heart, you form on that side there, and I will always tell you this like if you say the constitution where you refuse for later, then put it to document for we. That's a big blunder that you're saying, and the biggest mistake that you don't ever make in your life. And the biggest bad decision that you ever take as a caretaker of the country where we did it. You know, say this man don't die so now. Justice Edmund Cowan. Alpha, you know, even when you know you be don't left we at one point. Yeah.
In fact, when I've been there, Oxfam International, that constitutional review, we get a whole project on around. We go all over the country.
Exactly.
Yes. We get like a whole
summarize. We be one for collaborate. With Oxfam, BBC Media Action, that waiting there.
Yes. Definitely. We get the downsize.
Yes.
Constitutional review. What put into like small booklets. What be they going shape to the people all over the country.
Yeah.
Let them know about the constitution. For example, even the issue of the age. Waiting person, I must hear for it before you contest for president. You know, all 19 and day. We'll be not summarize that. We'll go all over the country. It's gonna be like a whole project in itself.
Yes.
So I do a lot on that constitutional review. At the end of the day, you not go before.
Yes.
All right. So I think that's some of the frustration in this. But if it things they happen now, they talk. We're not talking more because we want to talk, but to definitely talk. So if people and they listen, then they actually listen for understand, not for listen for respond. I think it will help them.
You know, sometimes in the even me and me admin, you know, sometimes we can make palaver about one thing. I can take like if they tell me some things there, I can take most of the things the way they tell me, but someday I know they take care. When they argue, they make palaver and they take care. Because I tell them plain say, you know, this thing not the work out how it's supposed to work. But sometimes they are wrong. I must be honest. In things that way it can give me a wrong, but still we still let the bot with it. As we talk to that and get palaver.
Yeah.
We get palaver because we agree and disagree, but still sister music can say I love you and I respect you views them. But just that that's what you get for being not to all team, you know, even team. That's the enemy call teamwork. You know, you listen but not to all team because you get for no say you waiting at the face. Now you wait something happen, now you get for dinner the month. In as much as most people they come to you, but you know, a good after you then they go to at some point. But I appreciate you, the courage and all thing. Keep the fire burning, but something and they no more. We will listen, but we not go put them on air. Some audio then we go listen, but we not go put them on air because some audio then they know we not the way they do for verify audio. Plus you go make your audio, you put them out, then we can put them tomorrow that to go responsible. Now we back. Now we for them at the board. So please, we love you all and we appreciate you all concerned them. And today we're not able for take call. You know what to make we take call today? Not to become one take call. The phone don't well. And young producer, they work on the thing now for they get with new phone, and they work on them. And once young producer get the phone for we, you know, and we go able to begin to call back. But for them 2 days, they are not there quickly. The phone don't well. The other tell me and say that normal call and WhatsApp call can the phone begin for waiting. No be phone in there. You know, you tell me and say it don't well. Person, I think we to be able to get for more than $100. So the phone don't play right now, we not get any side for get phone. But young producer don't choose for give it. And as we the talk, so young producer don't give it, it don't give it yard $1,000. No, not $1. I call her for him. 1,000 euro. Young producer don't give it yard 1,000 euro. You know, here in mama. And then they try for raise the money up because the phone will for again at 1,600. You know, if classic phone give away no will give away problem. You know, so you know, for them to place there.
Thank you. Well, family, I just want to say, thank you. We'll continue for subscribe to We Had and TV Salon. TV Salon, SALONE. We're there on YouTube, we're there on Facebook, we're there on website, www.tvsalon.com. We get the app on Android, also get for iPhone, and also get We Had on YouTube and Facebook. and we'll continue for giving our elections coverage. This all have analyzed the issues that are around the elections and others issues because we don't deal with a particular point, but we need for provide some more information. I think a lot of people will need more information right now. Not so just the politician and for kind of more talk. Now they will only listen, then talk, then so. So now I think we need sensible information, alternative information, where you go sit down. Now maybe they listen to the program, listen and think, not just respond because you want counter, but respond because make sure you learn and make sure you respond till it makes sense. You know, say I learn something and I contribute something. I think that all that from me for today. I want to thank you. Continue for subscribe.
So before you go, almost subscribe on I don't get now.
TV Salon. Hold on, I'll check real quick.
Help with the link on TV Salon, the link on the YouTube.
TV Salon,
TV Salon.
Yeah.
We don't parle about me. How they go sister admin. Keep first leg.
Yeah. I don't be the TV Salon, so I make
okay, no problem.
Okay, so but definitely, I know say they above 3,000 right now. I think it's about 3,500 on TV Salon.
3,500.
Yeah.
No,
3,500 subscribers.
No.
Okay.
No.
3.7. 3.7 actually.
Oh, 3.7. We don't move.
3,700 subscribers.
Okay, I want to tell you not thank you, but we don't move. I want to tell you not thank you. Yeah. We get a target for say this week already done. Why not reach 5,000 now? Please, we not really watch right now. Now go over to TV Salon and subscribe, please. And support TV Salon, not we add no more. Please, when I go support TV Salon. For we add on, as I can see already, we get one and it's almost money this. 82,132 subscribers on YouTube, yeah? And one for telling plenty thank you. But please, you wait on Facebook, so thank you, they will not count on Facebook for broadcast. But you know one for miss the information. Whether you support we now or you know the support we, come now YouTube, subscribe and turn on notification because waiting with the talk, they give you even at the government better chance for able for know what you need for do. Yeah, you know the opposition, and then for you a better chance for net for know way to strategize. That is why we, for my own parts, I speak from my heart. But one thing we are not able for know yet why I not get confidence. I not still believe say the results stand as it is right now. The result of Marabio. They don't swear in as much as if Marabio properly don't take they don't swear in. Even if they not overturn the result by the court. Even if they not overturn the result by the court, but it get a lot of implication. So I still feel say no more. Marabio don't give me more work for do, more talk because I know say now the worst. Not tell you this and I want to be honest. Marabio in the last 5 years they give me a lot of headache. So this time he get for give me super in fact not a depression. We see that mean not a way for say we know we like what they do. Or for say the good things that we do not make you get pressure, no, because it go bent on doing things them way you go now unimaginable things them. Especially in woman, don't swear to a mama ready for we. It really ready. We not hate nobody. I can always tell us say I not hate Marabio. I not hate them at all. But the thing the way they do, way in government they do, way in West and other people they do now not like. And remember say right now Marabio and the West they don't sit on at the international stage from the last time. But guess what thing they can happen now? Based on this kind of election results, they can begin sideline them small.
Yeah.
We spend with self right now at the Security Council. Whether not by vote or what, they can roll away for playing at Security Council, not to the kind result this way that they expect. So again for tell on we again, we presence at the Security Council. Again for tell on we again on the lawyers them way Fatima don't they get. You know, they can award a lot of things they get for telling we serious one. You know, a lot of time people in the say the international community hypocrites. But I'll tell you one thing where I need follow and know. Remember one time where Fatima take in Peking, take Sylvia Blythe and other people like and go na UN. Who's that go? Sylvia say na Ingole for himself, the Peking Ingole for himself. No way no they all go under the government. No way no they where they go. Nobody no invites them. They go there for the government. That's why they sit out the first lady. So last time now waiting this girl for me. Remember one time the Marabio go make statements. They all virtually empty. Even before this demo, they all virtually empty. But whether woman I not quite remember whose country where he represents, what woman. When he go for make statements, all of the world leaders them then sit down and listen to what they say, wait till they talk. But Marabio they all be empty. So you know what I mean? We not will listen to you, we not they listen to you people. But still, we they give you the opportunity for you change. That's why we they bring you up now some position them. But now that you don't do this the way it was, again for tell me seriously, I know they say this because of anything. I know they say this because of APC. I know they say this because, and they say this because I'm waiting we get for the city happen. Say, so that even that boku fly, we matter baby the fly. Pass no more, again for the really fly. But some country then the way it not be ever go before. Again for begin go there. Remember say, now because of this position, make matter be go America right now. So if America vex param because of what he do so now, remember say, it not get for the go America. I not say it gets the get for Banao, but we look at the possibility. Taking into consideration, then a democratic state, and they always want for say. Before this term, something the way they not ever tell we. Marabio meet with Biden. They not ever explain within the exact thing they go say. Until we analyze what Biden say in his statement and other things then finally, Biden them communication being pull US communication, pull statement about what they go discuss. But the government not ever explain to we. And now there to the US government we know say now the election they go talk to them about. And they even put money for election for the country they will invite. So if this way, how the election don't end up so right now, the worst this government can do now for let them give Jen to back as mayor, then that will make the case worsen. If we reach to that point, I want to say you will watch on Facebook right now, please come over to YouTube, subscribe, because so to every time we come over to YouTube. Sorry today, we're not able to forget. The reason why we're not able to get spots when they come as the chorus for cantor, because the one that way una one for you they available and una one for una continue this the first part because I can say sometimes the chorus they watching. So we choose not for come today because we not get sober-minded other people for come inside as una can call them. But we feel say every guest what they carry it is stay and is bent on the point. Not to because the person talk in on points for make you say waiting. Everybody on point very important. We get for expect we self views. That is why when you call sweet self they say okay we appreciate you. And I want to say thank you to one I see one possible thing I've been to Schumann. Also, been to Schumann, I love the way how you in as much as you not agree with some of the comments them or some of your analysis them, but you be very much respectful. Now this kind of thing we want. We don't want you for come begin a course or other things them, but been to I tell you for real say me say self I watch you and I appreciate the way how you do all the comments. You know, you very much pin on your points them, but you know disrespectful at all. Thank you very much, Bintu, in as much as you know like what they say. Thank you, Bintu. I think I single out you and I give you thumbs up and I think I love the conversation. Thank you very, very much. To una all we don't comment, we don't share our views them. You know, I see the comment section. Interestingly, Facebook and YouTube it hot. It can really hot, you know, and I love the way I want to keep the comments going. We need more opposing views them because we not to that person we know they listen to people. We need you for can't tell we say what we did not right. We need you. And I like the zeal where you get been to. Yes, I like the zeal where you get for stand up to we and say no. In as much as what they talk we believe in. Alpha will not talk about one thing, and that is very much important. Ecowas. Then you need to analyze that thing before you go because a lot of people will be asked about them. Before you go, please, you need to do that. Ecowas.
So
we see you need to come. Please send that thing for me. Send that for me. I just put them up quick.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we need to talk about that before you go because it's important. As they say, Ecowas don't congratulate, you know, thing, and you get things that you don't already investigate the Ecowas release. So you need for come and say we know we'll say what we see wrong or correct too, but we get what we don't look. We verify, we don't use we verify, not to I verify, we don't use we verify.
Yeah.
So
this press release been going
you don't say that?
I just send it to you now.
Okay.
This press release been going to the way they say, and they send it live.
Okay. Okay, so since you before you count down I see you send something very interesting. I want to let people and say you know, and this now forgive background of the kind of role way we don't play, you know, before this time. The person we can't see a late man now, laying in solo rest in perfect peace, and also say whether you're happy with empathy or not, I don't know. Because me no good I know don't and grieve. You know, but you know, basically this time in the when they say SLPP, this time being SLPP, now they discuss all the issues about SLPP. A name now late Honorable Tambasam, may you soul rest in perfect peace. This man be get zeal. In as much as then 10 and they not be get better thing, you know be get Okada self, you know be get a bike. but here still they defend the name of SLPP under the APC. We still dey down for you, but like me, I appreciate the way how you discuss issues, very respectful, but they actually stand up to the SLPP. So who that today with them? So Tamba Sam now wear the white long sleeve, and then Alpha Kamara we see with we so now where they talk about salon. Let we talk about salon because now we own and no place like home. Government of the people and for the people and by the people. Oh, now you right for talk. Anyway.
So definitely, then I be Tamba Sam now meet my penda. And now in Tamba Sam, and that's the 10 way SLPP been doing at the opposition. Or they go all over the country, they promote them programs, would they make them voice and they reach all sides, they go London and back. Would they promote the SLPP? That be
BBC as well.
Yes, BBC, all over the place. Would they highlight them points them? I get other ones that would end Dr. Kadisi say, I get other one that would the chairman, district council and Bounty said be non die. I get a lot of other stakeholders and that's why we get pictures with. But then they're not they say una APC there, but now the APC in power, they highlight issues. All right, but now cancel this press release. So what's happened?
You don't say
somebody been share this press release.
You don't say
yes, not the live the studio live so somebody post them. One government posting they post and say the Ecowas Commission congratulates President Bio. Where the issue come up, so people have been ask me for I know. For like comments, if wait and know about this press release, if not true one. So one thing we me know, most of them press release there, then they in the handles, because especially when they congratulate person, not a secret. All right, not to like classified information for say, oh nobody know for say. When somebody they win presidency, not a secret. Now sometimes in the post, everybody they see. So when one party government people share this post, say the Ecowas Commission President, don't congratulate President Julius Maada Bio. So a lot of people in the PV may ask, what I know about this? So I say, okay, let's check. So what I do, I go to the usual normal communications channels, which say Ecowas they communicate, or they send the releases, or they congratulate other people. I go to the website, I check, and I'll be seeing. I go to the Facebook page. I type and all the day. I go to the Twitter handle where any information when they make in the tweet, including even when they monitor the election, what they do in a salon, then Twitter and handle.
Okay, hold on. Then tweet for the election na salon.
Yes.
And put another Twitter handle.
Yes.
Continue.
So,
but this don't come out like 2 days ago, but it's not still in the Twitter.
Yes.
Okay.
So I looked in Twitter handle Ecowas, and I still did it. Another day.
Say to this time when you watch another day.
No, the last tweet when I tweet about Salon, it's Ecowas preliminary declaration Sierra Leone 2023 general elections.
What did he say?
2 days ago. Then the statement when they talk about themselves, how they observe the election, what they observe and everything. Then post on like 2 days ago. That was it.
And then post on the 27th June as well.
Yes.
And at the same 27th June, now in this person tag this one. Now he dates this one. So how on earth they go talk about the concerns them and at the same time they congratulate this man?
Yes. Okay. So it's possible?
Well, it's possible, but the thing now we're not possible now. Why? Then send them only to Madabio and they not send them na the different page for let other people in the world see say they don't congratulate Madabio.
Because like how they say, not a two way for this secret. We congratulate person. They want let everybody see and know say, oh, I don't congratulate this person. But they not do them. Then tweet about the elections observation where they do. That's it. They not put anything for say, oh, don't congratulate president. They not do them. So when we go there, I don't see them. So I come back and say, I don't see another Twitter handle, I don't see another Facebook handle, I don't see another website.
Okay, hold on, Alpha. Please, I want to take something. Go back to the Twitter handle and look at the concerns them. And then I want to read quickly within the Naya. Let me match up something. The second paragraph of this particular congratulatory message, you say, your victory signifies the trust that the people of Sierra Leone continue to have in your leadership. This is an SLPP word. Go to the Twitter again and look at the last tweet where they tweet. Read for me some telos see the concern them. Waiting at the exact word they use.
Ecowas preliminary declaration Sierra Leone 2023 general elections. Okay? That now and then tweet the pictures where they don't have the press conference. Okay. So if you go, when you click, they see the press conference what they do, you know, where they analyze the election, where they say preliminary statement. Okay, that's it. cannot get any other thing where you go say then tweet on anything you get for do salon.
And the preliminary statement, they talk inside the press conference. So they raised some concerns there about this same transparency, the same of the tabulation process and all of them things there.
Yes.
So, but so the same day where they hold the press conference, where they tweet and talk about the concern. Now that same day this congratulatory message come out, where say the victory signifies the trust of the people, of the Sierra Leone people, where continue forgetting the leadership. This is exactly what I hear from the Deputy Minister of Justice today. Now the word this of the SLPP.
Okay, so when you go through this press release, okay, they even go to the context. I go just jump and go down to the context.
Yes.
All right, of the elections. All right. That they say the 2022 general elections are the 5th consecutive nationwide general elections in Sierra Leone since the end of the war in 2002, and the 2nd since they completed its mandate in March 2014. It is also the 2nd elections of the mainly funded and independently managed by the country. The country has also successfully navigated 2 transitions of power between a ruling to opposition party and an opposition party, thus strengthening the country's credentials. Okay, 9, the general elections, 10, 11, other novelties, 12, using data obtained, 13, elections campaign period, all right, kicked off and then talk about the violence, 14, mission notes, negative freedom of media and enjoyment.
Hold on, negative freedom of media. In other words, they're not give the media the right for let them freely analyze the issues then. Right.
With both the print and electronic media landscape offering plural and diverse platforms, blah, 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 and relevant information to the electoral process. On the 15th June, early voting was organized for registered voters traveling to Holy Land of Mecca. Although the aim was to ensure the eligible voters are not disenfranchised by virtue of observance of their religious observance, the exercise was marred by controversy owing to insufficient communication by the ECSL and the source
this
of
now Ecowas, then they give them preliminary investigation.
Yes.
On this same word where we talk about this early voting, so when I remember that this same word that we use now, Ecowas use so. Continue, Alpha.
So I like that they say upon arrival in Freetown, June 20th, 9 days arrived in Freetown, the head of mission and his delegation held consultation with relevant stakeholders on the electoral process, including the president, Julius Maada Bio, and the APC candidate, Dr. Samora Kamara, and other presidential candidates. Okay, and the mission equally held consultations with the chairperson and the stakeholders of the Elections Commission of Sierra Leone and other political parties. The mission held consultations following concerns raised by some stakeholders about violence and intimidation, alleged misuse of social media and modalities for the tallying and transmission of election results. The Ecowas and EU observation missions issued a joint press release on the 22nd June.
And we see that one we read on here.
Yes, to be guided by the spirit of consensus building based on the rule of law and adhere to the political party's code of conduct. The statement also urged the security forces to remain apolitical and professional in the discharge of their duties towards all citizens. Okay. Election day. On election day, the mission deployed 95 observers, grouped in 39 observer teams in 15 districts. The observers visited 317 police stations spread across both urban and rural areas. All right. Opening of the polls. Then 37% of the stations observed polling within the first hour, while 63% of cases polling stations started with considerable delays due to the late arrival of polling materials. Atmosphere at polling stations was generally peaceful, with security agents present in 92%. On average, there were about 5 party candidate agents present in polling stations visited. Okay, there were domestic and international observers. Almost 99% of polling stations were set up in the way that guaranteed the secrecy of the votes. In few cases, however, shots at the polling station number 4 of the polling center located at Hockey Pitch 1, the football field pavilion in Wilberforce. The voting screen was placed short that it did not provide adequate cover for voters to secrecy for them to express their choice. In general, voters were required to present their voters' card to cast their votes. Nonetheless, in 80% of the polling stations visited, observers witnessed voters being allowed to vote without their voters' cards. This all now waiting Ecowas and AU pull-out. Voting material were generally available in sufficient quality. However, in 7% of polling stations visited, there was one type of electoral material or the other that was not available, such as indelible ink, reconciliation forms, and results. Okay, they talk about the forms, they talk about the pad, they talk about the conclusion of police station visited accessible to persons with disability. Observers did not witness any active campaigning around the polling stations. Okay, then they talk about the closing. Then they come to the conclusion. Okay, the mission comments, but also notes concerns from the opposition on the fairness of the process. Okay, so then highlight all length and this is the issue on the 27th. So, and the person when at the head of the mission, we cancel along, now Dr. Ibn Chambers, and I be the Ecowas head of delegation. They issue this one on, when is it, the date? Yeah, the issue I'm on the
so with
20.
all of them things they are so, we don't know highlight. In fact, a joint press conference and press statement they put with Africa Union, ain't it? But yet still we see this press release, this congratulatory message finding itself outside. So we wait for say if you find if this same press release will find a way now the communication handle them because it don't take 2 days now we not say and they now and now from the 27 then dates this one. So one more time, one for tell no take you on January. I think now we verify, we just want for verify that day. Well, what you go say we verify say enough come up for them or we go say on waiting.
Unverified.
Unverified. You know, we not see any side way you say na official side this way this thing come up.
Exactly.
Unverified. Because even Sissoko, when mother be your best of friend, we see an handle.
Yes.
We see the one at Turkey that they handle. So like the Western world or some leaders, they're not like some of your ministry, they all believe say whatever they do, if for them at the social media handle for let other people see we don't do this so.
Because I saw the media they able capture them.
Yes, the media will capture and yes, exactly.
All man they say and go able to run with them. But you know go just man to me to you.
Yes. So if like you stand and quietly, it's like you say self, you know, endorse, I just know why the person feel bad no more.
Yeah. So definitely not to wait for height. If you put them out, then the media they able to capture them and take them over. But if you go say na me, you know, I make us say we on conclusion is unverified. Verify it. I think that's all good.
So we not say no, we not saying a lie, we not saying a two. We just know we not say I'm fine. We never say any side. Thank you very much. Thank you for you that like. Thank you for the share. Please you not like it for like and share. Thank you very much. Alpha, why you want me? So now you want because I'm only.
No, that's why I left you like continue.
Alright, thank you very much. Well, now so we'll end the program today, and at the left now with this message from the Caribbean. We of course they get the own show on December. We'll get yourself a good day. I want to tell you thank you. We love you all so much. Join me in the morning for the program Colores. Okay, if we get a guest to come inside, but please join me 9 o'clock for the program Colores.
Please follow them. Una don yeri the Caribbean Festival don't do a back home. This time then get the festival only package when a $72 deposit no more. Yes, $72. Yes, $72, and you will meet up for day party 6 days ladida from December 28, 2023 so January 2nd, 2024.
The experience in Africa is a completely different experience that you will never get anywhere else besides in Africa. And especially with the Africa Urban Festival, it's also uniting not only African culture, but Caribbean culture as well. So you get to be immersed in both cultures and get to see outside of your worldview, and it just offers you a new perspective. So yes, I would recommend it.
I had a wonderful experience. It was so much fun. Great memories, great food, great people, nothing but vibes. And I am a carnival junkie, and I would definitely say that this was one of the top carnivals I've attended. I would say you have to go and experience it, because us just telling you about this or you seeing pictures about it doesn't really do it justice, because it's like just being out there with the locals and just like experiencing the cuisine, just like talking to them and like seeing how they live versus how we live. You know, it's just that like somebody said, like we immersed all the culture together.
All you need for do now for go na dem website when na www.africaribbeanfestival.com. Scroll down and select the cotton tree package when na the festival only package. scroll down and see all wetin dey per this package, then pick between 3 and 8 months. If you pick the 8-month plan, click add to cart, then you go see say na just $72 deposit no more you need for put down. After that, click proceed to check. When na there you go put all your information and agree to all the terms and conditions. Then select your payment type. Also, you just sit down now and wait for the festival Ladida this December. Back up, we move.